केते लोक अच्छा केते लोक माने बोथ मेल फीमेल आ तमरो चिल्ड्रेन सेथिरो आमे जेतोल जानिबा कि केते परसेंटेज हमर मेल फीमेल रेशियो केते केते जन मेल्स अछंती फीमेल्स अछंती केते जन सेथिरो एडोलेसेंट्स गर्ल्स बॉयज अछंती चिल्ड्रेन अछंती ताको धरि कि हमें कोन कोन डेवलपमेंटल प्रोग्राम और प्रोजेक्ट्स अछि ताको हमें अप्लाई करि परिबा आ तार बेनिफिट पाई परिबा हमें टोटली जानि नथिबा जे तमरो ए क्लास में केते पिला अछंती केते जन को बैकग्राउंड रो अछि माने के प्लस 2 पढ़ के आसी कि प्लस 3 पढ़ के आसी हमें जदि न जानिबो हमें केमति ताको टीचिंग दबो से प्रकार डेमोग्राफी रूरल डेमोग्राफी माने गोटे रूरल एरिया रे गोटे विलेज रे केते जण मेल्स फीमेल चिल्ड्रेन और एडोलेसेंट्स गर्ल्स बॉयज पूरा कंप्लीट स्टैटिस्टिक्स ता होचे रूरल डेमोग्राफी ताको केमति जणा पड़िलो ना
मैम
सर्वे
मैम
करिके हां को
मैम गोटे मिनिट मैम गोटे जे कोनोसी गोटे एरिया रो मेल्स में फीमेल्स रूरल डेमोग्राफी टा हमें
रूरल डेमोग्राफी इज एंड एवरी विलेज ଆମର ଯେତେବେଳେ ନ୍ୟାସନାଲ ସାମ୍ପଲ ସର୍ଭେ ହଉଛି ଏନଏସଏସ ଯୋଉ ଜନଗଣନା ହଉଛି ସେତେବେଳେ କଣ ଗୋଟିଏ ଜାଗାର ହଉଛି ନାଇଁ ସବୁ ଜାଗାର ମାନେ ଭିଲେଜ ୱାଇଜ ଅର୍ବାନ ଏରିଆସ ର ବି ବ୍ଲକ ୱାଇଜ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ତ ତାକୁ ଧରିକି ଆମେ କହୁଛେ ଗୋଟେ ଭିଲେଜ ର ଡେମୋଗ୍ରାଫି କେତେ ଗୋଟେ ବ୍ଲକ ର କେତେ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ ର କେତେ ଷ୍ଟେଟ ର କେତେ ନେସନ ର ଓକେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା मैम ଆଜ୍ଞା थैंक यू मैम
Chalo, I mean, it's now it's a time for next class. I mean, today's class. So thank you very much to our Manju ma'am. So I welcome all the learners for today's MRD 101 class. So I think this is the fourth class because already we have done MRD 101, 102, 103. 1 class is done. So today is the MRD 103 second class. Okay. So I do feel you get lot of opportunity to learn, and I think it is a one of the best medium to sitting in home because now you have no work. You are sitting ideally in the home, so it's a one sort of passing some kind of time. So it's a one kind of it's maybe a innovative kind of things, and it's a new learning for us also because using this technology, this Google Meet technology, due to this pandemic, it's a it's a blessing in disguise. You learn a lot through this. I mean technology because distance education believes on technology. We are imparting education to use our technology only. So this is also one sort of initiation we have taken to just imparting knowledge, information, and education to our learners. So, dear learners, once again I welcome you. So now I welcome our counselor, I mean Manju ma'am. So now
thank
I
you sir
hand over the session to Manju ma'am. Start session ma'am.
thank you sir good afternoon to all the learners present फर्स्ट गोटे खाता पेन धर जहाँ भी जोठे भी डाउट अच्छी नोट कर नियो नेक्स्ट जेतबेले क्लास सरीबो यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम टू आस्क मी एनी काउंट ऑफ doubt you can ask in English or Hindi or Odia whatever you will feel comfortable please ask your doubts okay
थैंक यू
so
मैम
okay please see whether it is visible a PowerPoint are visible hello
Yes, it is visible.
okay
विजुअल
okay thank you okay all this today we'll learn about MRD 101 block 2 this is about rural development concepts strategies and experiences so what is development at first we have to know what is the meaning of development development ଯେତେବେଳେ କହୁଛେ ଆମେ ଫାଷ୍ଟ ଆମର ମାଇଣ୍ଡ ରେ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ରହୁଛି the growth କଣ development କଣ ଆଜି ଆମେ ୟାର ଡିଫରେନ୍ସ ଜାଣିବା development implies an overall positive change in the physical quality of life physical quality of life ରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ overall positive change କୁ ଆମେ କହୁଛେ development not negative change को ଆମେ development कहूने ତାକୁ degradation कहुचे so this positive change for the better encompasses economic as well as social aspect amar khali economic development and financial kete on karuche seta ko kebal development kuhauni बरं socially emotionally ame kete develop hoche taku bi kuhauchi development therefore development not only calls for economic growth but also the equitable distribution of the gains made from economic growth amaro economic growth होची जदी सेटा कहा पाखे पहुंचुची आ केते दूर ठीक रे पहुंचुची ताको धरि के हमें डेवलपमेंट को काउंट करूचे इन अदर वर्ड्स डेवलपमेंट इंप्लाइज ग्रोथ विथ जस्टिस व्हाट इज ग्रोथ विथ जस्टिस या नाही जे जो माने रिच से माने रिचर हेबे जो माने पुअर से माने पुअर हेबे सो दिस इज नोन एज development or growth with justice means all are developed equally the opportunity is giving to all both to the poor and to the poorer and also to the middle class it means an improvement in the quality of life केमिति quality of life improvement होबो through better health हमर जेतले health better रहबो सेतले quality of life better होबो through better education housing and overall material and social welfare so these are the indicators of development how we will improve our quality of life through health education housing and overall material and social welfare what are the elements of development how we will be developed first if we will remove inequality and poverty amara jetale asamanata ta dura hobo jetale rich poor ei concept ta am mind ru jibo setabale ame develop hoba so removal of inequality and poverty when as long as the people will poor then that long we can't be called ourselves as a developed so, removal of inequality and poverty. Then, increase in material welfare of the people. Increase in material welfare of the people means whatever you want to buy or purchase, you can purchase. That is the indicators or elements of development. Then, increase in social well-being. How it will be developed socially by getting education, health, and housing properly. Then an equitable distribution of the gains of development among different groups of people in a region or country. Whatever I have already told you, an equal or equitable distribution of whatever gain through development among all the people. An enhancement in technology and the capacity to produce a wider range of goods and services in the economy, leading to a better quality of life. କାହିଁକି ଆମର ଟେକ୍ନୋଲୋଜିକାଲ ଆଡଭାନ୍ସମେଣ୍ଟ ହେବା ଦରକାର ଏବେ ଦେଖ ତମେ ମାନେ ସବୁ ଘରେ ଅଛ ତଥାପି ତମେ ମାନେ ପାଠ ପଢି ପାରୁଛ why because of the advancement of technology which made available to me with you ଆମେ front to front face to face contact କରି ପାରିଲେ through technology so ଯେତେ technological development ହେବ ସେତେ goods and services widely ପହଞ୍ଚି ପାରିବ ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଆଉ economically better quality of life maintain ହେବ next participation in decision making at all levels whatever we also encourage you to participate to share your views to ask questions because participation is necessary for development without participation nothing could be possible ତମେ ଯଦି ପଢିବାକୁ ନ ଆସିବ ମୁଁ କାହାକୁ ପଢେଇବି so ସେମିତି ହିଁ ଯାହା ସବୁ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ଆସ୍ପେକ୍ଟସ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟାଲ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ୍ସ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟସ ଅଛି ସେଥିରେ ଲୋକଙ୍କର ପାର୍ଟିସିପେସନ ଦରକାର and if people will take part in decision making then only participation will be successful and development would be reachable then what is economic growth and development economic growth means an increase in the value of all goods and services produced in an economy economic growth means an increase in value of all goods and services ତମର ଯେତେବେଳେ ଯାହା ସବୁ goods and services ମନେକର products ଯାହା agricultural products ତାକୁ ଠିକ ରେଟ୍ ରେ ବିକ୍ରି ହେଇ ପାରିବ ଠିକ ରେଟ୍ ରେ ଲୋକ କିଣି ପାରିବେ ଆଉ ମାର୍କେଟ ରେ ପ୍ରପରଲି ସପ୍ଲାଇ ହେଇ ପାରିବ ଆଉ ଯେତିକି ଚାହିଦା ସେତିକି ମ୍ୟାନେଜ ହେଇ ପାରିବ then only we can tell that we are developed or grown up economically the sum total of all goods and services in an economy is termed as the gross domestic product gross domestic product ମାନେ କଣ ଆମର ଯାହା ଯାହା ନିତିଦିନିଆ ବ୍ୟବହାର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଜିନିଷ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ସେଇଗୁଡାକ କେତେ ରେଞ୍ଜରେ ପ୍ରୋଡକ୍ସନ ହଉଛି ଆଉ ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କେତେ ପହଞ୍ଚୁଛି। ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ on the other hand is a sustained improvement in material welfare, particularly for those who are poor and afflicted by poverty, illiteracy and poor health condition. ଯୋଉମାନେ poor, ଯୋଉମାନେ ପାଠ ପଢିନାହାନ୍ତି, ଯୋଉମାନଙ୍କର physical condition, health condition ଠିକ ନାହିଁ, ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଯଦି ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇପାରୁଛି, ଗ୍ରୋଥ ହେଇପାରୁଛି, ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଜିନିଷ ପହଞ୍ଚି ପାରୁଛି, ତାହେଲେ କହିପାରିବା ଯେ ଆମେ ଡେଭଲପ ହେଲେ। So development is a qualitative concept involving qualitative improvement. तो केते प्रोडक्शन हैला सेटा ठू मैटर करूची, केते क्वालिटेटिव प्रोडक्शन हैला, तमे केते घंटा पाठ पढिलो सेटा मैटर करनी, केते जिंस सिखिलो, अल्प पाठ पढिबारे भी केते जिंस मन रखि पारलो, केते जिंस तमे सिखि पारलो ई सब्जेक्ट टू सेटा मैटर करची। लाइकली डेवलपमेंट इज therefore a qualitative concept involving qualitative improvement in general standard. Then what are the indicators of development? आमे केतेबेले कोन देखिकी कहबा जे आमे डेवलप्ड ना अंडर डेवलप्ड। अंडर डेवलपमेंट रो कोन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स? मास पॉवर्टी, when more people are poor then definitely we will be called as underdeveloped country. Then low levels of income and concentration of incomes in a few hands. যেতବେଳେ ଇନକମ୍ ଟା କମ ଥିବ ଆଉ ଯୋଉମାନେ ବି ଭଲ ଇନକମ୍ କରୁଥିବେ ବହୁତ କମ ଲୋକ ଇନକମ୍ କରୁଥିବେ। ହାଇ ଲେଭେଲ ଅଫ ଅନଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟମେଣ୍ଟ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଅଣ୍ଡର ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟମେଣ୍ଟ, ପୁଅର ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ, ହେଲ୍ଥ, ହାଉସିଂ, ଲିଟରାସି ଆଣ୍ଡ ୱେଲଫେୟାର ଷ୍ଟାଟସ। ଯେତେବେଳେ ଲୋକ ପ୍ରପରଲି ଖାଇବାକୁ ପାଉନଥିବେ, ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ ପ୍ରପର ପାଉନଥିବେ, ହେଲ୍ଥ ଷ୍ଟାଟସ ଠିକ ନଥିବ, ହାଉସିଂ ପ୍ରପର ନଥିବ, ମୋର ପିପୁଲ ଇଲିଟରେଟ ଥିବେ, ୱେଲଫେୟାର ଷ୍ଟାଟସ ପ୍ରପର ନଥିବ, then primary sectors and low level of industrialization जोटा कि हमर टेक्नोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट ପାଇଁ ଆଉ advancement ପାଇଁ ଦରକାର ସେଗୁଡାକ ଠିକ ନଥିବ। then lower status of women because 50% or around countries population consists of women, and if the status of women will be low then definitely the economic condition will be low. So all these are the indicators of underdevelopment, and if the indicators of underdevelopment will be taken into consideration to reduce as much as possible all these problems, then we will be developed. Then what are the theories of development? Different economists and sociologists have developed various theories on development. One of that is roster stages of growth. Rosters कहले ये चारिटा स्टेज रे ग्रोथ और डेवलपमेंट होची। कौन? फर्स्ट ट्रेडिशनल सोसाइटी, सेकंड प्री कंडीशंस फॉर टेक ऑफ, थर्ड टेक ऑफ, फोर्थ एज ऑफ मास कंजम्पशन। कौन एटा? ट्रेडिशनल सोसाइटी, this stage is characterized by subsistent agricultural based economy with intensive labor and low levels of trading and a population that does not have a scientific perspective on the world and technology. जोठी के लोको ट्रेडिशन हमर जेमती इंडिया रे हळ लंगळ यूज करिकि वर्तमान पर्यंत लोक चाष ऊपर डिपेंड करूछांती। सो दैट इज नॉट ए गुड इंडिकेटर ऑफ डेवलपमेंट। जेतबेले अधिका टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करिकि कम जमी रे अधिका प्रोडक्शन हे पारिबो सेतबेले हमें डेवलप नेबे बोली कहबा। सो तथापि वर्तमान पर्यंत इंडिया रे एते लोक डेवलप्ड टेक्नोलॉजी अडॉप्ट करिनांती। सो एटा होची ट्रेडिशनल सोसाइटी। People are more and more dependent upon traditional practices of agriculture and also the traditional occupations. Then preconditions to take off. Here society begins to develop manufacturing and a more national and international as opposed to regional outlook. जेतबेले लोक टिके डेवलप होछाली, that is preconditions to take off from tradition to a modern one. Then take off. Roster describes this stage as a short period of intensive growth in which industrialization begins to occur and worker and institutions become concentrated around the new industry. Here, in this stage, take-off means a new concept of industrialization takes place where people are getting involved in industries or manufacture sector and develop their economic condition. Then age of high mass consumption. This is the stage where people are at a peak to use industrial aspects and also the technologies at a far more developed stage. Then the second theory is the Lewis theory of development. It was developed during 1950s, and Lewis underdeveloped countries are characterized by the presence of two sectors. Lewis described that way. First one is the traditional rural sector, which is of the nature of a subsistence economy, providing for self-consumption within this sector. जोटा कि हमरो particularly एग्रीकल्चरल सेक्टर रे लोग अधिक काम करूछन ट्रेडिशनल प्रैक्टिसेस और ट्रेडिशनल विदाउट यूजिंग एनी टेक्नोलॉजी करूछन particularly countries like India, most of the people remain unemployed during the off seasons of agriculture where there is no production and people sit idle. So the modern urban industrial sector is the second sector where productivity is high. There is no rest throughout the year. गोटे सेक्टर एग्रीकल्चर रे जोठी कि लोक माने अधा दिन अनएम्प्लॉयड हे कि रहउछन सेकंड सेक्टर का लोक माने पूरा सबो बेले एंगेज हे कि रहउछन सो अकॉर्डिंग टू लेविस जदी रूरल टू अर्बन सेक्टर किछि एफेक्टेड न होनो लोक जो टाइम रे अनएम्प्लॉयड हे कि रहउछन एग्रीकल्चरल लेबर गुडा को इंडस्ट्रियल सेक्टर को जाई परिबे और रूरल सेक्टर रो जो माने अनएम्प्लॉयड लोक इंडस्ट्रियल सेक्टर रे एंगेज हे परिबे जो टाइम रे दरकार एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर को पुनी आसी परिबे ताले डेवलपमेंट बैलेंस हे रहइबो सो and he thus envisioned a dynamic role for the industrial sector which would lead to sustained economic development. Then international dependence theories. Nation to nation, internationally, nation to nation depend upon various sectors from one place to another, from one nation to another. How international dependence theories gained ground during the 1970s, particularly among the economists in the developing countries. These theories view the problem of underdevelopment as one arising out of the domination of the poorer countries by the richer ones. केमिति ना जो कंट्रीज डेवलप करी जाउछथि से माने डेवलप हे जाउछन जो माने पुअर रहउछथि से माने पुअर हे जाउछन सो अनइक्वल पावर स्ट्रक्चर पुअर कंट्रीज लॉस आउट to the richer and more powerful countries become powerful. So if a balance will be maintained, so dependence, then definitely the development could be gained. And what is the Gandhian view of development? It attaches more importance to the question of relationships between individuals and economic microgroups. Individuals or economic microgroups भितर dependence करा. According to this theory of development, microgroups such as village communities in turn interact with the society at large. It also visualizes a smaller role for the state in the development process. The village at the local level would be the focal point of economic development in the Gandhian scheme. Gandhi कौन कहते ना आमो level individual attempt also is meaningful. छोटा छोटा विलेज बहुत मीनिंगफुल जोटी पंचायत तार की रोल प्ले करूची सेगुडा को बहुत डेवलप सो गांधीयन व्यू ऑफ डेवलपमेंट इन emphasizes on individual development and also on panchayat level and the grassroots level development in rural areas. What is Marxian concept of development? It emphasizes the role of classes and class antagonisms in society. In this system, vested class interests can inhibit overall development of society. The question of poverty in society is seen as a result of exploitation of the poor. जोठे poor लोक अधिका सेठे exploitation भी अधिका होची by rich people. So property relations in the society create and accentuate the problem of poverty and development. Particularly poverty or property. A data main problem according to the Marxian concept of development. So since land and other productive assets are privately owned and concentrated in the hands of the few, the problem of inequalities remain unsolved. ଆମର particularly underdeveloped ହେଇକି ରହିବାର reason କଣ ନା ଯୋଉମାନଙ୍କର ହାତରେ ପୁଞ୍ଜି ରହୁଛି ଟଙ୍କା ରହୁଛି ବହୁତ କମ ଲୋକଙ୍କ ହାତରେ कम लोगों पाखे सफिशिएंट टंका रहुछि अन्य समस्त हाथ बहुत कम टंका रहुछि जोटा कि से माने प्रॉपर्ली निज इच्छा अनुसार किछि निज लाइफ बंची पाना so this development is a complex one allowing for the possibility of progress or otherwise depending on the class structure and conflicts जदि प्रॉपर्ली धीरे धीरे हमें प्रोग्रेस हे जिबा ताहाले सब प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो अदरवाइज क्लास हायर क्लास people torture the lower class people and the poorer people get regular torture and exploitation by the richer people that will continue so here also comes the dominance of caste and class appropriate to the surplus produced by the working class group सबुबले exploited हो जाए then what are the major issues in development here we have already discussed what is growth and development so what is growth versus distribution whatever growth whatever development we have achieved that should be distributed properly that is known as your distributive justice distributive justice means the assets as land and capital should not be concentrated in a few hands it should be distributed properly among all people of a state or nation. Therefore, the state has to formulate policies and design instruments to ensure that development benefits flow to those categories of people who need them most. In our India, priority is given to BPL people who are living below poverty line, and also the importance is given to the poorer as the first importance is given to the poorer of the poor first. Poorer of the poor first ମାନେ ଯୋଉମାନେ ସବୁଠୁ ଅଧିକା ଗରିବ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଅଧିକା ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାନ୍ସ ଦେବା so that growth versus distribution will be justified. Then agricultural versus industrial development. Agricultural sector हमको कौन पे दरकार? Because we need food grains for our daily living. We need food. Why industrial development is essential? Because for technological development, for improvement, for economic gain, we need economic development, and for this we have to depend upon industries. And as we have already discussed, if people will depend upon only agriculture, then definitely unemployment status will be low. So if people will depend both on agriculture and industrial sector, then definitely both the development would be possible and also development would be seen. Then capital versus labor intensive technologies and development. What is capital versus labor intensive? Technology is the means by which goods are manufactured in an economy. Development in technology is the process by which the manufacture of goods is made cheaper, faster, and more efficient. काहींकि technology use करूचे अन्य अल्प टाइम रे अल्प जमी रे अधिक चाष केमती करि परिबा अधिक प्रोडक्शन केमती करि परिबा so cheaper faster and more efficient goods and services production by आमे use करते for example we use tractors harvesters by the farmers. An improvement in technology can also be made without displacing labor and also less expensively. This is called labor intensive technology. ଆମର ଯଦି ସବୁଠି ଖାଲି ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ଲଗେଇକି କାମ କରିବା ତାହେଲେ ବହୁତ ଲୋକ ଦରକାର ହେବେ ବହୁତ ଲୋକ ଦରକାର ହେଲା ମାନେ ଆମକୁ କଣ ଦରକାର ହବ ଅଧିକା ପେମେଣ୍ଟ କରିବାକୁ ପଡିବ ଅଧିକା ପେମେଣ୍ଟ କରିବାଟା ନିହାତି ଆମର ଇକୋନୋମିକ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଉପରେ ଇଫେକ୍ଟ ପକେଇବ so if we will utilize people along with technology or technological instruments then definitely the development will be probably visible. Then centralization versus decentralization. Development ଟା ଗୋଟିଏ ଦିନ କି ଗୋଟିଏ ମାସର ଗୋଟିଏ ବର୍ଷର କଥା ନୁହେଁ it is long term phenomenon so we need proper planning when planning it comes centralization or decentralization. Centralization କ'ଣ କ୍ଷମତାର କେନ୍ଦ୍ରୀକରଣ ଯଦି ଜଣଙ୍କ ହାତରେ ପାୱାର ରହିବ if the power will be limited to only with a few hands with a few people then what will happen ଯିଏ ଯାର ମନମାନି କରିବେ ତ ପ୍ରପରଲି କାମଟା ହେବନି ମୋର ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଯାହା ତମର ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ସେୟା ନଥିବ ତ ତମର ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ କ'ଣ ଜାଣିବା ପାଇଁ ମୋତେ ତମ ପାଖରେ ପହଞ୍ଚିବାକୁ ପଡିବ ସୋ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଡିସେଣ୍ଟ୍ରାଲାଇଜେସନ ହଉଛି ସେତେବେଳେ କ'ଣ ହଉଛି ନା ଭିଲେଜ ଲେଭଲ ବ୍ଲକ ଲେଭଲ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକ୍ଟ ଲେଭଲ ଷ୍ଟେଟ ଲେଭଲ ନେସନ ଲେଭଲ ଏଇ ଭାବରେ ଡିସେଣ୍ଟ୍ରାଲାଇଜଡ ପ୍ଲାନିଂ ହଉଛି ଯୋଉଟା କି ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଲେଭଲରେ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ସ୍ଥାନରେ ଆମେ ଜାଣିପାରୁଛେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମଟା କ'ଣ and up to a particular extent the power is given power is assigned to all these levels so that all the works of development will be conducted properly and the development could be gained properly through centralization and decentralization of different powers and also authorities. Then urban versus rural development. We depend upon rural areas to gain to get food grains and other what like milk and the poultry. All these aspects will depend upon rural areas, and for urban areas we depend upon the industrial aspects and also technological aspects. So we both are dependent upon each other. The vast majority of the population in India and other developing countries live in rural areas, and there is a continuing influx of people into the cities looking for jobs as the rural economy is not being able to provide employment to them. So, um, to eliminate poverty, the poor health and the illiteracy, there is of development both in rural areas and urban areas and not only the rural areas should be developed, the urban areas should be developed so that the both will complement and supplement with each other. Then plant development and shifts in strategies in India. ଆମର ଇଣ୍ଡିଆରେ କେମିତି ପ୍ଲାଣ୍ଟ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇଛି ଆଉ ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହେଇଛି କେମିତି it started during 1950s. The preparatory phase in planning and development from independence to the mid 1950s. The phase of industrialization during 1950s to 1960s. The phase of pooling of agriculture till the 1960s and 1970s. The phase of priming of aggregate demand during the decade of 1980s and the phase of economic liberalization from July 1991 to till present. We will discuss it exploratory. The rural development concept and strategies. What are the primary objectives of rural development? First, why we need rural development? First, to improve the living standards by providing food, shelter, clothing, employment, and education. ଆମର ବେସିକ ନିଡ୍ସ କ'ଣ ଫୁଡ୍ ସେଲ୍ଟର କ୍ଲଥିଂ କେମିତି ଆସିବ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଲୋକ ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲଏଡ୍ ହେବେ ଏଜୁକେଟେଡ୍ ହେବେ ସୋ by getting food shelter clothing along with employment and education will definitely improve the living standards of people. Second objective is to increase productivity in rural areas and reduce poverty. Rural areas ରେ productivity ବଢିଲେ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ improvement ହବ poverty eliminate ହବ to involve people in planning and development through their participation in decision making and through decentralization of administration ଲୋକ ଯେତେବେଳେ automatically rural people are there who do not understand what a government is government ମାନେ କ'ଣ government ମାନେ ସେମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟିଏ word ସରକାର ସରକାରଟା କ'ଣ ସେମାନେ ବହୁତ ଜଣ ଜାଣୁନାହାନ୍ତି କାହିଁକି because they are illiterate they are not informed properly they are not educated they are not participating in different programs so if people will participate in different programs
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes
मैम कस्तूरी खंडे डिस्टर्ब होउछि मैम म्यूट कर दियंतु तांको कहि दियंतु
हाँ ओके कस्तूरी खंडे कैन यू म्यूट योर माइक प्लीज माइक टाको म्यूट कर दियो परे हमरो क्लास सरिला परे हमें डिस्कशन करिया ओके थैंक यू So, to involve people in planning and development through their participation, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଲୋକମାନେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ରେ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟସ୍ ରେ ପାର୍ଟିସିପେଟ କରିବେ डिसीजन नेबारे पार्टिसिपेट करिवे जेतବେଳେ डिसीजन नेबे ନିଜର डिसीजन नै पारिबे डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ता सेतବେଳେ इफेक्टिव हेबो कारण विलेज लेवल ता हमर ग्रास रूट लेवल तो इफ development will be possible in rural areas in the grassroots level, then definitely all other areas will be developed. And the fourth objective of rural development is to ensure distributive justice and equalization of opportunities in the society. जोटा हमें आरंभରୁ डिस्कशन कले जे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिव जस्टिस एंड इक्वालाइजेशन यदि लोक माने इक्वली सब जिंस हमरो असुविधा पाइबे जोटा हमरो न्याय समान न्याय पाइबे लोक जहाँ दरकार जहाँ प्रोग्राम प्रोजेक्ट अवेलेबल होची सरकार समस्त पाखरे ठीक टाइम रे ठीक भाबरे पहुंचो विदाउट एनी पार्शियलिटी then definitely the rural areas will be developed. So these are our objectives of rural development. Then rural development projects and programs. हमें समझते सुनते rural development projects एते टंका सुची rural development programs ପାଇଁ government एते जिंस करूछंती. So what is a rural development project and what is a rural development program? Rural development projects are micro level efforts to bring about change in rural areas. Micro level माने जोटा कि बहुत कम तଳ ସ୍ତରରେ ଯୋଉଟା କି ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ ଏଫର୍ଟ ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଯୋଉଟା ପହଞ୍ଚିବ ସେଟା ଯୋଉଟାରେ କି ଲୋକଙ୍କର ରୁରାଲ ଏରିଆସ ର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇପାରିବ these changes can take many forms ranging from efforts to increase literacy to attempt to increase agricultural productivity when people will be literate when they will take initiatives individually ସମସ୍ତେ ମାସ ରେ ପଢା ହେଇ परिबो किंतु तमे केताले पढी परिबो जेताले तमे इंडिविजुअली इफोर्ट नबो जेताले तमे निजे पाठ पढिबो निजे पाठ पढिबो में इंटरेस्टेड हबो आ क्वेश्चन पचारिबो इफेक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेट करिबो सेताले तमरो ओन डेवलपमेंट हबो तो सेमती रूरल एरियास रे केताले डेवलपमेंट हबो एई जो प्रोजेक्ट गुडा को लोगों पाखरे पहुंची लोगो ताको प्रॉपर्ली यूटिलाइज करि परिबे then it will be effective. The effects of these projects are not generally widespread in the sense that they concern only a small number of people because if ଯେମିତି ଗୋଟେ ଗୋଟେ କରିକି 10 ଜଣ ଏକାଠି ହଉଛନ୍ତି ସେମିତି ଯଦି ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟଟା ପ୍ରପରଲି ପହଞ୍ଚିଲା ତାହେଲେ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟଟା ମାସରେ ଦେଖାଯିବ then rural development programs rural development programs consist of number of projects project ଟା ହଉଛି small programs ଟା ହଉଛି larger or macro level rural development projects are micro level effect rural development programs macro level जोटा कि बहुत larger area रे हଉଛି which are aligned to one another so that they influence the various facets of rural economic and social life therefore rural development programs attempt to bring about changes in a wider area impacting a greater number of people ଯେମିତି ଆମର ଡ୍ରଟ୍ ପ୍ରୋନ୍ ଏରିଆ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ଆଉ ଫର୍ଦର ନେକ୍ସଟ ୟୁନିଟ ରେ ଆମେ ପଢିବା ଯୋଉଠି ମରୁଡ଼ିଗ୍ରସ୍ତ ଅଞ୍ଚଳର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ତ ଏଠି ଖାଲି ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ ଆଟେନସନ ନୁହଁ ଗୋଟେ ଏରିଆର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ନିଆ ହଉଛି that is your rural development program then community development what is community development the community development program initiated in the 1950s intended to involve popular participation in rural development. How people will widely participate in rural development programs, that was the main objective. It laid emphasis on the building of infrastructure in rural areas with the participation of rural communities. In the past, the infrastructural facilities were not good. So, after 1950s, particularly community development program came into proper work in 1952. ତାପରେ କଣ ହେଲା ନା ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଇନଫ୍ରାଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଚର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଲା ଇନଫ୍ରାଷ୍ଟ୍ରକ୍ଚର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ କଣ ନା ଆଗରୁ ଯୋଉ ସ୍କୁଲ କଲେଜ ବ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ପୋଷ୍ଟ ଅଫିସ ହସ୍ପିଟାଲ ଏଇ ସବୁ କମ ରେଞ୍ଜରେ ଥିଲା ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ rural areas ରେ ଅଧିକା ସେଇଗୁଡାକ ଅଧିକା infrastructural facilities develop କରାହେଲା the CDP community development program short form होची CDP CDP sought to promote rural development in a phased manner in different parts of the country. A block of villages was identified as the development unit and an infrastructure of technical and administrative staff provided to implement development programs in different sectors. Community development program de first time blocks को निया हला for development by particular rural units and blocks taken into consideration and all-round development was the aim of this community development program. What is integrated rural development program? Integrated माने समन्वित माने केवल कम्युनिटी नु केवल एग्रीकल्चर नु किंवा केवल टेक्नोलॉजी नु टोटल integrated in multiple sectors development होची integrated rural development program. The rural economy and social structure in most developing countries is characterized by widespread poverty. ଆମେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଜାଣୁଛେ ଦେଖୁଛେ ଯେ କାହିଁକି rural people ଏତେ underdeveloped ରହୁଛନ୍ତି because of widespread poverty, poor health condition, illiteracy, exploitation by the landlords and rich people, inequitable distribution of land ଯୋଉମାନଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଲ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ ଅଧିକା ଅଛି ଯୋଉମାନେ ସବୁ ଅନ୍ୟମାନଙ୍କ ଚାଷ ଜମିରେ ଯାଇକି ଦିନ ମଜୁରୀ ଭାବରେ କାମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି and other assets କଣ ଯେମିତି ସବୁ ଡେଭଲପଡ ଟେକ୍ନୋଲୋଜିକାଲ ଇନଷ୍ଟ୍ରୁମେଣ୍ଟସ ଇକ୍ୱିପମେଣ୍ଟସ ଅନ୍ୟମାନେ ୟୁଜ କରୁଛନ୍ତି rural poor ମାନେ କମ ନାହାନ୍ତି and lack of rural infrastructure like healthcare facilities or public utilities road communication जो सब डेवलपमेंट ଏବେ ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ହଉଛି ସେଗୁଡାକ ଆଗରୁ ନଥିଲା ଯୋଉଟା କି ଇଣ୍ଟିଗ୍ରେଟେଡ ରୁରାଲ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରାହେଲା ଯେ କେମିତି ଲୋକମାନେ ସବୁ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ କରିପାରିବେ integrated rural development stresses that various facets of rural development which have an impact on rural life are interrelated and cannot be looked at in isolation ଯେମିତି କି agriculture is related to transport and communication. Why? If you have no proper transport and communication, then definitely the agricultural products could not be transported to the marketplace or the urban areas to be sold. So what will happen? The agricultural products will ultimately face losses or face wastage. So these are interlinked with each other. Poverty is interlinked with agriculture. Poverty is interlinked with illiteracy. Poverty is interlinked with unemployment. So how all these will be tackled, will be solved properly? That is the aim of integrated rural development. The various dimensions of rural life, growth of agriculture and allied activities, rural industrialization, education, health, public works, poverty alleviation, and rural employment programs. All are part of integrated rural development. Then, local level participation in rural development. Why participation is necessary in rural development? As I have already illustrated that your participation is necessary, highly necessary to make the classes successful. Your participation and interaction is necessary for us to get the feedback or to rectify our problems or to improve in further classes. Likewise, the rural people's participation is necessary for their development. What are the main objectives of local level participation? Suppression of elitist elements in rural areas so that the process of development is shaped actively by the poor. ଯୋଉମାନେ ଧନୀ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଟିକେ ପାଠ ପଢିଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କୁ ପୁଅର ପିପୁଲ ମାନଙ୍କୁ ରୁରାଲ ଏରିଆରେ ଟର୍ଚର କରିକି ରଖିବେ ଏଟା ସେତେବେଳେ ଏଲିମିନେଟ ହବ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଲୋକ ପାର୍ଟିସିପେଟ କରିବେ ତମେ କେତେବେଳେ ଡେଭଲପ ହବ ଯେତେବେଳେ ତମେ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ କରିବ ନହେଲେ ମୁଁ ଯାହା ତାହା ପଢେଇଦେବି ବନ୍ଦ କରିଦେବି କାମ ସବୁ ତ କେତେବେଳେ ଡେଭଲପ ହବ ଯେତେବେଳେ ତମେ ମତେ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ କରିବ why this is not this ଯେତେବେଳେ ତମେ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ କରିବ ସେତେବେଳେ ତମେ ନିଜକୁ ନିଜେ ନିଜ ବ୍ରେନ ର ଯୋଉ ବ୍ରେନ ଷ୍ଟର୍ମିଂ କୁହାଯାଏ ମାଇଣ୍ଡରେ ତମର ଖେଳିବ ଯେ ଏଟା କଣ ସେତେବେଳେ ହିଁ ତମେ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ କରିପାରିବ so if the rural people will raise their voice then no one can exploit them yes or no ଯେତେବେଳେ ଲୋକମାନେ ଭଏସ ରେଜ୍ କରିବାର ଶିଖିବେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଲୋକମାନେ ପାର୍ଟିସିପେଟ କରିବାର ଶିଖିବେ ସେତେବେଳେ ହିଁ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ହବ କେତେବେଳେ ଲୋକ ଭଏସ ରେଜ୍ କରିପାରିବ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେ ନିଜେ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ଜାଣିବ କଣ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟର ସବୁ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ଆସୁଛି ଯଦି ରୁରାଲ ପିପୁଲ ନ ଜାଣିବେ ତାହେଲେ ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ସେଇ ଫେସିଲିଟି ପହଞ୍ଚିଲା ନା କେମିତି ଜାଣିବେ କିଛି ଜାଣିପାରିବେନି ମଝିରେ ସେଟା ବାଟ ମାରଣା ହେଲେ ବି କେହି କିଛି କରିପାରିବେନି ସୋ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଡେଭଲପ ଇଲେଟିଷ୍ଟ ଗ୍ରୁପ କୋଉମାନେ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଡେଭଲପ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲୋଇଟେସନ କୁ ରୋକିବାକୁ ପାର୍ଟିସିପେସନ ଦରକାର stressing the importance of the third needs of people at the local level and harnessing their energy and vision in designing appropriate programs କାଲିର ପରଦିନ କ୍ଲାସରୁ କିଛି ଜିନିଷ ଶୁଣିଲି ଫିଡବ୍ୟାକ ଯେ ପିଲାମାନେ ଅଧିକା ଇଣ୍ଟରେଷ୍ଟେଡ ହଉଛନ୍ତି ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ବି କିଛି ଜିନିଷ ସେୟାର କରିବାକୁ so that all will be convinced through the consent. So today I decided to explain both in Odia and English how the need came into existence because it is shared. So tomorrow कौन दरकार the felt needs what you need ଆମର ଅଭ୍ୟାସ ଇଂଲିଶରେ ଗାଇ ପଳେଇବାର ଆମେ ଇଂଲିଶରେ ଗାଇ କିନ୍ତୁ ତମର କଣ ଦରକାର ତମେ ସେ ଆମ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଡିସ୍କସନ କଲେ ଆମେ ଜାଣିପାରିବୁ ଫର୍ଦର ସେଟା ରେକ୍ଟିଫାଇ କରିବୁ ସେମିତି ଯୋଉ ପୁଅ ଲୋକଙ୍କର କଣ ଦରକାର ରୁରାଲ ଏରିଆସରେ ତାଙ୍କର କଣ ଦରକାର ସେଟା କେତେବେଳେ କରିପାରିବେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେମାନେ ନିଜ ଲେଭଲରେ ଡିସାଇଡ କରିବେ ଆଉ ଆପ୍ରୋପ୍ରିଏଟ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମସ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟସ ଅଛି ନା ନାହିଁ ଜାଣିବେ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟକୁ ସେଟା ଜଣେଇବେ through different ways ସେତେବେଳେ ହିଁ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇପାରିବ so here also there needs local level participation then the use of education as a tool in people's perception towards change in rural society जहाँ जेतिकी लोक अछंती एजुकेटेड सोसाइटी सेमाने निजर एजुकेशन को प्रॉपर यूटिलाइज करबा दरकार टू पार्टिसिपेट देन व्हाट आर द रूरल डेवलपमेंट स्ट्रेटजीज केमिति रूरल डेवलपमेंट हुए different policies are there each rural development strategy has its own ideological roots upon which the elements of strategy have been based. A strategy consists of an ordering of various policy parameters to attain the desired goal. Strategy one, for example, 2 hours में तमरो गोटे बुक सारिबा ब्लॉक गोटे ब्लॉक सारिबा तो गोटे ब्लॉक रे 5 यूनिट्स था so we have to follow the strategy to divide different points and to touch the important points which will you have to appear in your examinations and you could answer them so here we follow a simple strategy to touch the important points and to explain on them so in rural areas also for development there needs different strategies to emphasize the policies and to reach the common people. What are the policies? The policies are related to land, technology, agriculture, employment, education, research and extension, rural institutions and agricultural pricing. Land टा जेमती କେବଳ ଅଳ୍ପ ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଲିମିଟେଡ ହେଇକି ରହିଲେ ଅନ୍ୟମାନେ କେବଳ ୱେଜ ଲେବର ହିସାବରେ କାମ କରିବେ ସେଟାକୁ କେମିତି ଆମେ ପ୍ରପର ଷ୍ଟ୍ରାଟେଜି ଯୋଉ ଲ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ ସିଲିଂ ଆକ୍ଟ ଅଛି ଅନ୍ୟ ଯୋଉ ଭୁଦାନ ମୁଭମେଣ୍ଟରେ ଯୋଉଟା କରାହେଲା ଯେ ଯୋଉମାନଙ୍କର ଅଧିକା ଜମି ଅଛି କିଛି କିଛି ଗରିବ ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ଦାନ କଲେ ସେମାନେ ସେଥିରେ କାମ କରିକି ସେଲ୍ଫ ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲଏଡ ହେଇପାରିବେ। Then technology. If we will utilize advanced technologies in agriculture, then definitely we can produce more in a limited land. So there are various policies related to technology. Then agriculture, high yielding varieties of seeds, fertilizers, pesticides କେମିତି utilize କରିକି ଅଧିକା develop କରିପାରିବା। Employment ବିଭିନ୍ନ employment strategy କ'ଣ କିଏ ପାଇବ କେମିତି ଲୋକଙ୍କର skill ଟାକୁ develop କରିବା। Education, how people will be treated and how the educational facilities will reach to the poor and also to the village people at their reachable place. And research and extension. ଗୋଟେ ଏରିଆର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ କେତେବେଳେ ହବ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ ସେଠି ପହଞ୍ଚିବା that is known as extension. From formal teaching from formal place to reach the uh, people who are in need, that is extension. And research, whatever development you need further research to improve more and more. Then rural institutions and agricultural pricing. What are the rural institutions? The rural banks are available there, micro finance organizations are there, cooperative societies are there, rural what uh, credit bankings are there where people can depend upon them in spite of the land loss. So all the rural institutions are to be developed according to various policies and the agricultural pricing. What is agricultural pricing? There should be proper policy to be followed to fix prices for agricultural production so that people will not face exploitation by the rich people or by the market monotony. What are the types of rural development strategies? Different strategies emphasize and give importance to different mixes of agrarian relations, techniques of production, and state policies in order to achieve the goals of rural development. Who will classify strategies? First, a strategy based on collectivization of resources. Resources ମାନେ ସମ୍ବଳ ଆମ ପାଖରେ ଯାହା ଅଛି ତାକୁ ୟୁଟିଲାଇଜ କରିକି କ'ଣ ପାଇପାରିବା that is the main aim of utilizing the resources. Private ownership of land is abolished so that not only are inequalities in the ownership of land eliminated, but also land use can be made more productive. जोटा जमींदारी सिस्टम रो इराडिकेशन କରାହେଲା ଯେ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କୁ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲଏଟେସନ ଟା କମେଇବା ପାଇଁ ନିହାତି ଦରକାର ପ୍ରାଇଭେଟ ଓନରସିପ ଅଫ ଲ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡ କୁ ଆବଲିଶ କରିକି ଯେମିତି ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଡିଷ୍ଟ୍ରିବ୍ୟୁଟିଭ ଜଷ୍ଟିସ ଥ୍ରୁ ପ୍ରପର ଇମ୍ପ୍ଲିମେଣ୍ଟେସନ ଅଫ ଭେରିୟସ୍ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ୍ସ and also development of various lands and to develop more product and to product more in small lands. That was the first strategy. Second strategy is a strategy based on regulated capitalist policy. Without meaningful land reforms, this strategy cannot have immediate success, as rural inequalities are not given importance. Why? Rural elites on the one hand exercise control and prevent changes. ଯେମିତିକି ଲୋକ ଗାଁର ଯୋଉମାନେ ସବୁ ଧନୀ ଶ୍ରେଣୀର ଲୋକ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଟିକେ ଅଧିକା ପାଠ ପଢିଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲଏଟ କରିକି ରଖୁଛନ୍ତି ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ସବୁବେଳେ କ୍ୟାପିଟାଲଟା ଜମା ହେଇକି ରହୁଛି ଯେ ଅନ୍ୟମାନଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ସେଟା ପହଞ୍ଚୁନି କି ୟୁଟିଲାଇଜ ହଉନି ଏଇଟାକୁ ଇରାଡିକେଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରାଟେଜି ଡେଭଲପ ବେସ୍ଡ ଅନ୍ ରେଗୁଲେଟେଡ କ୍ୟାପିଟାଲିଷ୍ଟ କର୍ପୋରେଟ ଯେମିତି ପୁଞ୍ଜିଟା କେନ୍ଦ୍ରୀଭୂତ ନ ହବ ବିକେନ୍ଦ୍ରୀକରଣ ହବ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଠିକରେ ପହଞ୍ଚିବ that is the second strategy. Third strategy is strategy based on peasant agrarian perspective. Strategy based on the peasant agrarian perspective argues for thoroughgoing redistribution of land and overhauls of land relation. ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଯୋଉଟା ଆଗରୁ ଜଣଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ବହୁତ ଜମି ଥାଏ ଆଉ ଅନ୍ୟ ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କିଛି ବି ଜମି ନଥିବ ଅନ୍ୟମାନଙ୍କ ଜମିରେ ଯାଇକି ଚାଷ କରୁଥିବେ। ଯଦି ବି ଚାଷ କଲେ ତାହେଲେ ସେମାନଙ୍କର କେତେ ସେୟାର ପାଇବା ଦରକାର, ସେମାନେ କଣ ଫେସିଲିଟିସ୍ ପାଇବା ଦରକାର, ଏଇ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ଥାର୍ଡ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରାଟେଜିରେ ଆସୁଛି। An extensive network of cooperative institutions, marketing facilities, and accorded critical importance in this strategy. What is the fourth strategy? A strategy based on laissez-faire or unregulated market capitalist perspective. ଯେମିତିକି ଗାଁ ମାନଙ୍କରେ ଲୋକମାନେ ନିଜେ ପରିବାର ନେଇକି ନିଜେ ଯେତିକି ରେଟରେ ହଉଛି ସେତିକି ବିକ୍ରି କରିକି ପଳେଇ ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି। ସେଇଟା ଯେମିତି ନ ହବ ତାଙ୍କର ଆଇଦର ବହୁତ କମ ଇକୋନୋମିକ ଗେନ୍ ହଉଛି କିମ୍ବା ଜଷ୍ଟ ମାର୍ଜିନାଲ ଗେନ୍ ହଉଛି। ତ ଏଇଟା ଯେମିତି ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲୟଟେସନ ହଉ ନା ଏଗ୍ରିକଲଚରାଲ ଆଉଟପୁଟ ଟା ଠିକ ରେ ମାର୍କେଟରେ ପହଞ୍ଚି ପାରିବ, ଠିକ ରେ ଲୋକ ତାଙ୍କର ଯୋଉଟା ଏଗ୍ରିକଲଚରାଲ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ଠିକ ପ୍ରାଇସ୍ ପାଇବେ। ତ ଦିସ୍ ଇଜ ଦି ଫୋର୍ଥ ଷ୍ଟ୍ରାଟେଜି। ଲେସେଜ ଫେୟାର ମାନେ ଯୋଉଠି କି ଅଧିକା ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲୟଟେସନ ନ ହଉ, ଅନରେଗୁଲେଟେଡ ଫ୍ରି ମାର୍କେଟ କ୍ୟାପିଟାଲିଷ୍ଟ ପର୍ସପେକ୍ଟିଭ ଟାକୁ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରୋଲ କରିବ। The core concepts of rural development strategy कौन कौन? First, agricultural research extension, rural education and training programs for farmers. Agricultural research ଯେହେତୁ କେମିତି ଅଳ୍ପ ଜମିରେ ଅଧିକା ପ୍ରଡକ୍ସନ କରିପାରିବା, ତା ଉପରେ ଅଧିକା ରିସର୍ଚ୍ଚ କଲେ ଅଧିକା ଆମେ ଡେଭଲପ କରିପାରିବା। Extension, how women reach from the formal education, formal farm to the work and demonstrate them how what is the difference between improved technology than the traditional practices. Then rural education, how people will get educated in staying in their own place, and training programs for farmers, how they will gain develop. Second, infrastructural building, like irrigation, the development in irrigation, transport, communication, then road facilities, health facilities, everything. Third, programs to improve marketing facilities for the distribution of agricultural inputs and equipment. How marketing facilities will be available more and more. ଯେମିତିକି ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଏଗ୍ରିକଲଚରାଲ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ସନଟା ଠିକରେ ମାର୍କେଟରେ ପହଞ୍ଚି ପାରିବ, କିଛି ନଷ୍ଟ ନ ହଉ। ଯଦି କିଛି ରକମ ତାକୁ କେମିତି ପ୍ରୋସେସିଂ କରିକି ଫର୍ଦର ୟୁଟିଲାଇଜ କରିପାରିବା। Fourth, policies related to land tenure, agricultural output, prices and taxation of agriculture income. Land, agricultural output, proper pricing ଆଉ ଟ୍ୟାକ୍ସ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରପରଲି ଆଉ କିଛି ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲୟଟେଟିଭ ନ ହଉ ଲୋକ କେମିତି ପେମେଣ୍ଟ କରିପାରିବେ। Then rural development plan. For every kind of programs, projects, or whatever to be successful, we need planning. So for rural development also, we need planning. In a vast country like ours, where the diversity in socioeconomic features is very great. ଏଠି ଡାଇଭରସିଟି ବିଭିନ୍ନତା, ଲୋକ ସମସ୍ତେ ସମାନ ଲେଭେଲରେ ନାହାନ୍ତି। ପୁଅର ଟିକେ ଡେଭଲପ, then middle income class, then rich and richer. All the people are not getting all the facilities properly. So for this we need proper planning. Different programs of various regions have to be taken into account when planning for rural development. So, while planning, we have to take into consideration various regions and their requirements. All the regions do not require the same developmental plan. So it varies from region to region, from areas to areas. Consequently, the need for evolving a system of multi-level planning came into being. So, which area needs what kind of planning that differs from one time to another. Local area planning through panchayat is a powerful means to bring about rural development because the particular area, what is the need in that area that would be known by the panchayats particular. And rural development experiences and ASEAN perspective. What are various experiences towards rural development? Total ASEAN ଆମର କୋଉଠି କେମିତି development ହେଇଛି, କୋଉ ୱେରେ development ହେଇଛି, କଣ କଣ major aspects ରହୁଛି, ସେଟା ଏଇ unit ରେ discussion କରିବା। Rural development has directly given primacy in the development plans of developing countries. Asia ରେ particular ଆଜିକାଲି rural areas ରେ ରହୁଛନ୍ତି, so we give more importance to rural development because in Asia also there is high incidence of rural poverty. More people in rural areas belong to poor class. The increasing levels of poverty among the rural masses in these countries is a matter of serious concern. Therefore, the primary goal of rural development strategies adopted by these countries has remained directed towards tackling underdevelopment and endemic poverty. ଯୋଉଟାକି ଏସିଆର ଗୋଟେ ମେଜର ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହଉଛି poverty. So ଯେତିକି ସବୁ Asian perspectives of rural development, it gives a priority on poverty alleviation. In the recent past, consideration for equitable distribution of benefits among the rural masses has added a new dimension to rural development. People's perception. ଲୋକ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ମାନେ କଣ, ଲୋକ କଣ ବୁଝୁଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ କୋଉ ଲେଭେଲରେ ପାର୍ଟିସିପେଟ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, that is the main important aspect of rural development. The Asian
ଲୋ
scenario. Most Asian countries remain predominantly rural. The proportion of population living in the rural areas of Asia is large and has changed marginally over the past few decades.
ପିନ୍ ଟା
ଯେତେ ବି
ମନେ ନାହିଁ କି?
develop ହେଇ ଯାଉଛେ, ଯେତେ ବି develop ହେଇ ଯାଉଛେ, but
ଚେଞ୍ଜ
there are
କରିଦବ
some
ଇଂଲିଶ
marginally backward
ଶିଖିଯାଉ ଗ୍ରୀନ୍ ପିନ୍ ଗ୍ରୀନ୍ ପିନ୍
state in Asia. The
ସେଟା ହେଲା
countries
ପିନ୍ ଟା
like
ମାରିଥାନ୍ତେ ଯୋଉଟା ତଳଟା ହେଲା ଗ୍ରୀନ୍ ପିନ୍ ହେଲା ଚେଞ୍ଜ ହବ ପିନ୍ ହଁ ରୋ କଟୁ
The countries like Nepal, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Philippines,
ଗାଡି
Bangladesh, and some South and Southeast Asia, apart from being dominated economies,
ହଁ ଯେ ମନେ ରଖିନ
increased
ତମ
population of the available land, high
ଆଡ୍ କରିକି
incidence of
Excuse me,
poverty.
ma'am.
Yes, yes.
ବେକାର ଇଏଟା
Ambika Prasad, are you? Please mute your voice.
Ambika Prasad, please mute your mic. We are getting disturbed. Okay, thank you. The countries like Nepal, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Philippines, Bangladesh, and some South and Southeast Asia, apart from being rural, also share some common features such as agriculture dominated economies. এই ସବୁ countries ରେ କଣ ହଉଛି ନା ଲୋକ ତ poor along with unemployment, underemployment status ଟା ଅଧିକା ରହୁଛି, illiteracy level ଟା ଅଧିକା ରହୁଛି, inadequate food intake ଟା ବି proper nutrition ପାଉନାହାନ୍ତି, ତା ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଅଧିକା population, ଏଇ ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ rural development କୁ ବହୁତ ମାତ୍ରାରେ affect କରୁଛି। An analysis of the rural development programs initiated by these countries reveal the major objectives of rural development programs like removal of poverty and unemployment, raising the health, nutritional and educational status of the people, and making sufficient provision to meet their basic needs such as food, shelter and clothing. କାହିଁକି ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ basic needs food, shelter and clothing କୁ ଫୁଲଫିଲ୍ କରିପାରିବା ତାହେଲେ ଲୋକ ଡେଭଲପ ହେଇପାରିବେ। ଖାଲି ଫୁଡ ସେଲ୍ଟର କ୍ଲଦିଂ ଦେଇଦେଲେ ଲୋକ ଡେଭଲପ ହେବେନି। ପୋଭର୍ଟି ଲେଭେଲଟାକୁ ରିଡ୍ୟୁସ କରିବା, ଅନଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟମେଣ୍ଟ ଷ୍ଟାଟସକୁ ରିଡ୍ୟୁସ କରିବା, ପ୍ରପର ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟମେଣ୍ଟ ଅପରଚୁନିଟିଜ ଯୋଗାଇ ଦେବା, ରେଜିଂ ଦି ହେଲ୍ଥ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଏଜୁକେସନାଲ ଷ୍ଟାଟସଟାକୁ ଇମ୍ପ୍ରୁଭ କରିବା, ତାହେଲେ ଲୋକ ଡେଭଲପ ହେଇପାରିବେ। ତ ଏଇ ସବୁ ଏସିଆନ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରିଜ ଯୋଉଗୁଡାକ ନେପାଳ, ଶ୍ରୀଲଙ୍କା, ମାଲେସିଆ, ଫିଲିପାଇନ୍ସ, ବାଂଲାଦେଶ, including our India, all these aspects are given importance in various rural development programs. Then we will discuss about rural development in Malaysia. 38% people live in rural areas of Malaysia. At the time of independence, when it became independent in August 31st, 1957. During that period, 75% people were from villages. And the rural sector in this country comprises largely of small holding operators in agriculture, a diverse range of laborers, and those involved in various informal economic activities. ଅଧିକା ଲୋକ ଏଗ୍ରିକଲଚର ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେଣ୍ଟ ହଉଥିଲେ, ଅଧିକା ଲୋକ ଲେବର ଯୋଉମାନେ ଡେଲି ୱେଜ ଲେବର ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟି ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛନ୍ତି। ଆଉ ଇନଫର୍ମାଲ ଇକୋନୋମିକ ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟିଜ, ଇନଫର୍ମାଲ ଇକୋନୋମିକ ଆକ୍ଟିଭିଟିଜ ମାନେ ଯୋଉଗୁଡାକ ଫର୍ମାଲି ସାଲେରୀ ନୁହଁ, ମାସକୁ ସେମିତି କିଛି ଫିକ୍ସଡ ସାଲେରୀ ନାହିଁ କି ଲୋକ ସେଥିରେ କିଛି ଆପ୍ରୁଭାଲ ପାଇବେ, ପ୍ରପର ଗେନ୍ ପାଇବେ ବୋଲି ବି କିଛି ଗ୍ୟାରେଣ୍ଟି ନାହିଁ। ଆଜି କାମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଠିକ ଅଛି, କାଲିକି ସେଇ କାମରୁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ରିମୁଭ କରାହେଇଯିବ, ତାହେଲେ ସେମାନେ ଭୋଗ ପାଇବେ। ତ ଏଇ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ପାଇଁ rural development programs ଉପରେ ଅଧିକା ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାନ୍ସ ଦିଆହେଲା। The small holding agricultural sector comprises of rubber, palm oil, coconut producing smallholders, paddy farmers, fishermen, mixed farmers, and estate workers. ମାଲେସିଆରେ ଅଧିକା ଲୋକ ରବର ଚାଷ, ପାମ୍ ଅଏଲ, କୋକୋନଟ୍ ପ୍ରଡ୍ୟୁସିଂ ସ୍ମଲ୍ ହୋଲ୍ଡର୍ସ, ପ୍ୟାଡି ଫାର୍ମର୍ସ ମାନେ ଯୋଉମାନେ ଧାନ ଚାଷ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ମାଛ ଚାଷ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ମିକ୍ସଡ ଫାର୍ମର୍ସ ଯୋଉମାନେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ଚାଷବାସ ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଆଣ୍ଡ ଇଷ୍ଟେଟ ୱାର୍କର୍ସ। ଇଷ୍ଟେଟ ୱାର୍କର୍ସ ମାନେ ଛୋଟ ଛୋଟ କମ୍ପାନୀ ଯୋଉଟାରେ କି ସେମିତି କିଛି ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟମେଣ୍ଟ ଗ୍ୟାରେଣ୍ଟି ନାହିଁ କି ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟମେଣ୍ଟ ଯୋଉଟାରେ ଜବ୍ ସିକ୍ୟୁରିଟି ନାହିଁ, ସେଇଗୁଡାକ ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛନ୍ତି। Then Malaysian National Development Planning. The national planning mechanism comprising long-term perspective planning, जोटा कि follow up होची मालेशिया रे 10 to 20 years ପାଇଁ first start ହେଇଥିଲା। Medium terms 5 years plan, short term annual plans. According to the requirements, these plans change from time to time. The long-term perspective planning includes the first outline perspective plan, जोटा कि contained new economic policy 1971 to 1990. The second outline perspective plan containing national development policy 91 to 2000. The third outline perspective plan OPP3 from 2001 to 2010, and then an integrated policy. हमें यहाँ को details पढ़ना। The first outline perspective plan OPP1 and the new economic policy NEP. The objective of this was to eradicate poverty among all the Malaysians, irrespective of race, and restructuring Malaysian society so that the identification of race with economic functions and geographical locations is reduced and eventually eliminated. जोटा कि रेस क्लास कास्ट जोटा सबुबले स्ट्रैटिफिकेशन अनुसार लोक एक्सप्लॉइटेड होउचंदी, लोक अधिका टॉर्चर होउचंदी, अधिका पुअर होउचंदी, सेही पॉवर्टी को एलिमिनेट करिवार फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्टिव थिला फर्स्ट आउटलाइन पर्सपेक्टिव प्लान। देन अलटा कोन करिवे ना इकोनॉमिक फंक्शंस और जियोग्राफिकल लोकेशन अनुसार जो प्रॉब्लम अछि ताको सॉर्ट आउट करके एलिमिनेट करबा। सेकंड आउटलाइन पर्सपेक्टिव प्लान रो कोन थिला सेकंड पर्सपेक्टिव आउटलाइन पर्सपेक्टिव प्लान रो ऑब्जेक्टिव टू अटेन balanced development in order to establish a more united and just society. Balanced development केमती हबो, लोक माने प्रॉपर जस्टिस केमिति पाइबे। National unity remained the ultimate goal of this program. जे लोक माने केवल अल्प लोक डेभलप न हो थ्रू आउट नेशन जेमती लोकंकर डेभलपमेंट हबो अबाउट स्टेबिलिटी एंड सस्टेन डेभलपमेंट। डेभलपमेंट स्टेबिलिटी रहबो, आज डेभलप हेले काली पुणी पुअर ही जे सेमती न हो न, जेमती डेभलपमेंट स्टेबिलिटी रहबो और सस्टेन डेभलपमेंट कहां को कहै जे ना लॉन्ग टर्म डेभलपमेंट हबो प्लस एनवायरनमेंट ऊपर किछि नेगेटिव इफेक्ट हबो। सेही टाइप रो डेवलपमेंट ପାଇଁ इम्पोर्टेंस दिया है। सेकंड आउटलाइन पर्सपेक्टिव प्लान। What were the objectives of third outline perspective plan? It incorporated critical thrust of the previous development policies, namely NAP and NDP, जोटा कि हमारा फर्स्ट और सेकंड पर्सपेक्टिव प्लान रे डेवलप हेतिला। तार ऑब्जेक्टिव आउ टिके वाइड स्प्रेड करके नेशनल यूनिटी को अधिका स्प्रेड करिवार यार ऑब्जेक्टिव थिला। Second objective, eradicating poverty irrespective of race, restructuring of society, and balanced development as the key strategy. Poverty elimination केमती करिवे, restructuring of society to maintain a balance was the second objective, and the third objective is national vision policy to be guided by the strategic challenges of Vision 2020. Vision 2020 सुधा जेमती सब लोग अप टू ए लेवल समस्ते डेवलप हेबे fully developed nation बोली by 2020 केमती declare हबो Malaysia. That was the third strategy of this plan. Malaysian government रो कौन इनिशिएटिव थिला जहाँ आरंभ रो और ए पर्यंत. What are the initiatives related to rural development? Initiatives means various steps. First, rural transformation 1957 to 1994. During that, what were the initiatives? Poverty redressal programs. Various programs were designed to eradicate, to reduce poverty. Rural infrastructure and amenities. Rural areas रे विभिन्न इंस्टीट्यूशन और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल फैसिलिटीज रो केमती डेवलपमेंट हबो लोगो सब सुविधा केमती पाइबे. थर्ड, रीसेटलमेंट ऑफ विलेजेस. लोगों को पाखरे टिके एडवांस लेवल रो विलेज ता को केमती एडवांस लेवल रो प्लानिंग करा हबो थ्रू प्रॉपर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कम्युनिकेशन फैसिलिटीज थाई कि अन्य सब डेवलपमेंट हे कि लोगों को केमती एडवांस लिविंग स्टैंडर्ड. नेक्स्ट, development of estate and plantation through new development and in situ development. जोटा कि advanced technology use करके लोग agricultural production करेंगे और new land development को adopt करेंगे. Then rural industrial activities. Rural industries रो डेवलपमेंट हम लोग माने रूरल इंडस्ट्रीज को इंपोर्टेंस देबे केमती सेई सेक्टर रे एम्प्लॉयमेंट पॉइंट. सेकंड, रूरल ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन 1994 टू 2020 के कौन इनिशिएटिव्स थिला? The creation of a rural community that is sustainable with initiative and knowledge and possessing noble ethical and moral values in consonance with the objective of Vision 2020. Vision 2020 सुधा जेमती मालेशिया completely developed country बोली declare हबो सेठी पई सब प्रकार efforts दिया है through the creation of a developed, attractive and profitable rural area. रूरल एरिया रो गोटे डेवलप्ड स्टाइल जोटा कि लोगों को अधिक अट्रैक्ट करिवो जो कि लोक माने माइग्रेटेड है कि जो अर्बन एरियाज को अधिक रेंज रे जाउछन्ती सेगुडा का कमिवो एंड प्रॉफिटेबल रूरल एरियाज रूरल पीपल रूरल अधिक किछि गेन करि परिबे प्रॉफिट. What are the current programs? एबे कोन चली छी जोटा कि आरंभ होइतला बहुत आगरो तथापि वर्तमान भी चली छी इन मालेशिया. In the 8th Malaysian plan, the focus of rural development programs was to create a conducive environment for investments and a countryside living with the provision of quality infrastructure and social services. Main aim thila quality infrastructure. Quality infrastructure माने जोटा लोगों को पाखरे हेल्थ केयर फैसिलिटीज बहुत क्वालिटेटिव लेवल रे पहुंचु नथिला तार क्वालिटी इंप्रूवमेंट करिवा. बैंक्स, पोस्ट ऑफिस, स्कूल्स, कॉलेजेस रो डेवलपमेंट करिवा. लोगों को सब सुविधा इजीली मिलिबो जेमति सेटा को चिंता करिवा. एई सबरो डेवलपमेंट होला 8th मालेशियन प्लान जोटा कि वर्तमान पर्यंत कंटिन्यू करू रूरल इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज कौन कौन प्रोग्राम सेथिरे होय besides agricultural activities the rural folks are also involved in enterprises which serve to diversify the rural economy रो केमती डेवलपमेंट हो through the rural economic financing scheme जदि तम पाखरे प्रॉपर इकोनॉमिक फाइनेंशियल फैसिलिटीज थिबो ताहाले तमे डेवलप करि परिबो सो केमती लोकन पाखरे इकोनॉमिक फाइनेंसिंग स्कीम्स पहुंचीबो नेक्स्ट एडवाइजरी सर्विस कौन करिवे कौन न करिवे सेही एडवाइस सर्विस जदि लोकन पाखरे पहुंचीबो ताहाले लोक डेवलप करिवे cooperation of the government authorities whatever the rural people want to get if government will initiate that, if government will support, cooperate for that, then only people could get that. Then marketing and promotion, whatever productions are getting done by the rural people, if the products will be marketed properly, then definitely they will get benefit. Then micro enterprise activities involving women छोट छोट एंटरप्राइजिंग एक्टिविटीज जोटारे कि वुमेन माने भी इन्वॉल्व है कि सेमानक कंट्रीब्यूशन ता इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर रे दे पारिबे सेटा भी दरकार नेक्स्ट माइक्रो प्रमोशन ऑफ रूरल टूरिज्म ता माने कोन अछि बहुत लोग जानना तो जदि अन्य लोक माने जानि पारिबे केमते जानिबे जेतबे लोक माने प्रॉपर्ली सी रूरल एरियाज को विजिट करि परिबे तो केतेबेले विजिट करिवे जेतबे रूरल टूरिज्म रो सुविधा हो वाइड स्प्रेड अवेयरनेस हो what are the facilities available in the village if people will know if proper transportation communication facilities will be available then rural tourism will be promoted and definitely the village will also be promoted. So these were the current initiatives of the programs, development programs of Malaysia. It included various programs like poverty alleviation programs because poverty was an inherent and part of the rural people which were affecting which affect very badly to the people for economic development, for economic sustainability, we need to alleviate poverty. So for this, various poverty alleviation programs taken into consideration were applied in the Malaysian villages. Then agricultural development program. Agricultural development program केमती लोकंकर agricultural development हो not only in agricultural inputs but also output and proper marketing of the agricultural products that was given importance. Then land and regional development programs. Land improvement ଯେମିତି ହବ regional development is in every region of rural areas of the nation କେମିତି development ହବ ତା related various programs rural community development program rural community ର development କେମିତି ହବ ଯେମିତି କି ଲୋକ health education nutrition ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ properly ପାଇବେ ଏଇ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ଗୁଡାକ ଉପରେ ଅଧିକା importance ଦିଆ ହେଲା Then we will discuss about rural development in Sri Lanka. Another country which leads poverty, which is being affected by poverty, is Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has a population of 19 million, and more than three quarters of them, that is 78.9%, live in rural areas. And agriculture remains the largest sector producing about one third of the national product. जोठे लोक अधिका depend करले agriculture ऊपर. Then definitely unemployment किछि ना किछि रहउची कारण agriculture तमरो throughout the year employment करबनी and where people more than 60% people depend upon agriculture, and where more than or about 80% people live in rural areas, then definitely we have to take our look to take initiatives for their development. Smallholders dominate agriculture in Sri Lanka as 90% of the agricultural holding are below 2 hectares. ଯୋଉମାନଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ 2 ହେକ୍ଟରରୁ କମ ଜମି ଅଛି ସେଇମାନଙ୍କ ସଂଖ୍ୟା 90%। तो निहाती बहुत क्षुद्र चाषी जोटा कुहाउची जो ମାନଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କମ ଜମି କିମ୍ବା ଯୋଉମାନେ ଅନ୍ୟ ଜମିରେ ଅଧିକା ଟାଇମ କାମ କରୁଛନ୍ତି to earn for themselves as in the form of wages are more in Sri Lanka. So for their development, what are the programs they adopted? Asset-based program, accelerator Mahavali development project. এই project accelerator Mahavali development project ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଇଥିଲା 1953 ରେ। ଏଟା ଗୋଟେ land reform major project ଥିଲା जोटा कि particularly applicant to the peasants in certain areas specified as dry zones on a permanent lease basis. शुष्क जमी जोटारे प्रॉपर एग्रीकल्चर हेई परिबोनी that zone रो डेवलपमेंट पाई एही प्रोग्राम आरंभ होइतला through the policy of advance alienation introduced in 1958. Peasants were required to participate in the construction of canals and preparation of land for cultivation. ये जो ड्राई जोन रो केमती डेवलपमेंट होबो जेतेबेले प्रॉपर इरिगेशन हेई परिबो सेही एरिया गुडा केतेबेले इरिगेशन हेई परिबो लोको कैनाल कैनाल पाई प्रॉपर्ली लैंड को सही अनुसार प्लान करिवे। When canal connection or irrigation could be supplied to the lands, it needs proper planning. सबुठी पानीटा connected हेई जिवनी ना land को, so people's participation was required to connect the lands to water sources, so the agricultural production will not be affected. Then District Integrated Rural Development Program (DIRDP). The main objective of DIRDP launched in 1979 has been to reduce regional disparities. तो गोटे अंचल तो अन्य अंचल भितर असमानता रहुची ए रीजनल डिस्पैरिटी को दूर करिवार एम का थिला एटार मेन एम डेवलप डिस्ट्रिक्ट रिसोर्सेज एंड एनहांस द इनकम एंड एम्प्लॉयमेंट ऑफ द पीपल। हाउ डिस्ट्रिक्ट रिसोर्सेज जहां सब गोटे डिस्ट्रिक्ट रो संबल जहां अच्छी अवेलेबल ताकू यूटिलाइज करके लोगों को इनकम और एम्प्लॉयमेंट केमती डेवलप करिवो। दिस वाज द फर्स्ट objective of this program. These objectives are to be achieved by process of greater allocation and distribution of resources and assets to the rural sector. Now, if the resources will be distributed properly to all people, then definitely the objective could be fulfilled. This program is funded by both International Development Agency and the government. Malaysia government or Sri Lankan government and also International Development Agency both funding for a project. The DIRDP comprises various schemes, namely agriculture, irrigation, forestry, fisheries, small scale industries, water supply, health, education and training. Education and training. Education is different. Education and training means it leads to extension education and training. Transport, rural credit and production of minor export crops. जोगुड़ाक माइनर एक्सपोर्ट क्रॉप्स माने जोगुड़ाक बाहर को पठा देई परिबो तार भी प्रोडक्शन का जेंति बढ़िबो। Then priority was given to the sector that needs immediate attention in each district selected under this program. जोगुड़ाक टिके अधिका अंडर डेवलप्ड हे कि अछनी सेही सेक्टर को अधिका डेवलप करिवार मेन एम थिला एई प्रोग्राम। Then Janasavya program. Janasavya is a singular word. Singular word means Sri Lankan word, meaning strength of the people. Jana Savya, people, Lokonkara strength. This program was introduced in 1989 with a view to upgrade the quality of life of the poor by investing in them to improve their skill. ଲୋକଙ୍କର ସ୍କିଲ୍ କୁ ୟୁଜ୍ କରିକି ଲୋକଙ୍କ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ କରିବା ସେଟା ହଉଛି ଏଇ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମର ଏମ୍। Along with the skills development, the government also assisted the beneficiary families by providing them with food to maintain a better quality of life during the 2 years period of the program. ଏଇ ଟାଇମରେ ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ଦିଆହବ, ଫୁଡ୍ ଦିଆହବ ଆଉ ଲୋକଙ୍କର ସ୍କିଲଟା ଯେମିତିକି ମନେକର କାହାକୁ ଷ୍ଟିଚିଂ ଆସୁଛି କିମ୍ବା କିଛି ଡେକୋରେସନ ଆସୁଛି ତ ତାକୁ ୟୁଟିଲାଇଜ କରିକି ସେମାନେ କେମିତି ଅର୍ନ କରିପାରିବେ। ଆଉ ସେଇ ପିରିୟଡ ଟାଇମରେ ଯୋଉଟାକି 2 ବର୍ଷ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମଟା ଚାଲିଲା ସେଇ ଟାଇମରେ ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ଫୁଡ୍ ଦିଆ ହଉଥିଲା, ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ଆସିଷ୍ଟାନ୍ସ ଦିଆ ହଉଥିଲା, ସ୍କିଲ୍ ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ଦିଆ ହଉଥିଲା ଯୋଉଟାକି ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ଫର୍ଦର ଡେଭଲପ ହେବାରେ help करे। Then समृद्धि program, समृद्धि माने ultimately progress। समृद्धि is in operation in all administrative districts of the country. Because जनसंख्या जोटा कि for television program, limited areas or more prone areas रे जोटा कि vulnerable areas रे थिला समृद्धि पूरा all administrative districts ପାଇଁ available ଥିଲା। As per the most recent information available, the program caters to about 2 million families ଏବେ ବି ଯୋଉଟା ଚାଲିଛି, which accounts for more than 50% of the total number of families in the country and well over 1% of the country's gross national product is being spent on it. ଅଧିକା ଲୋକ around more than 50% of the total number of families depend upon this program and also gross national product जोटा कि पूरा country रो national production होची सेतु 1% एई प्रोग्राम रे utilize होची। The ultimate objective of Samruddhi is to promote self-reliance on the basis of nurturing capacities and capabilities through appropriate training to enhance human capital। ଆମର ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଯେମିତି ସେଲ୍ଫ ହେଲ୍ପ ଗ୍ରୁପ୍ସ ଚାଲିଛି କେମିତି ନା କିଛି ଫାଇନାନ୍ସ ଅପରଚୁନିଟିସ୍ ଦିଆ ହଉଛି ସେଇଟାକୁ ୟୁଟିଲାଇଜ କରିକି ନିଜେ ନିଜ ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ସେଲ୍ଫ ରିଲାଏନ୍ସ ନିଜେ ଆତ୍ମନିର୍ଭରଶୀଳ ଆଉ ସେମାନେ ଯେମିତି ଫର୍ଦର ଅର୍ନ କରିପାରିବେ ନିଜର ଇନକମ୍ କରିପାରିବେ ଆଉ ଫର୍ଦର ଇନକମ୍ର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ କରିପାରିବେ ସେଟା ହେଉଛି ଏଇ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମର ଅବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ। ଦେନ୍ rural finance sectors development program जोगुड़ाको rural finance sector अछि तार development program financed by the Asian Development Bank ADB. This program was initiated in 2003 with the objective to give a thrust to the rural economy and promote private sector led economic growth। छोटो छोटो इंस्टीट्यूट खोली की फाइनेंसिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन खोली की ताको एशियन डेवलपमेंट बैंक फाइनेंस करिवो और ए जो बैंक गुडा को रूरल पीपल माने को फाइनेंस करिवे जोटारे की से माने सेल्फ सफिशिएंट है कि अगा लैंडलॉर्ड्स माने को परिके बा रिच पीपल माने को धार आनी वाले ताको सुची वाले से माने को पे हबो। This initiative comprises a program loan for supporting policy and institutional reforms in the rural finance sector and a project loan for promoting rural enterprise development and institutional strengthening। किसी गोटे इंस्टीट्यूशन खोलिବାକୁ ଚାହିଁବ କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଛୋଟ ସଂସ୍ଥା खोलिବାକୁ ଚାହିଁବ ଶିଳ୍ପ ସଂସ୍ଥା ତାହେଲେ ସେଇଟା ପାଇଁ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ଲୋନ୍ ମିଳିବ ଆଉ ୟାକୁ ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ସବସିଡିରେ ତାକୁ ରିପେମେଣ୍ଟ କରିକି ଆଉ ଲୋକ ଡେଭଲପ କରିବେ ଲୋକ ତାର ଫାଇଦା ନେଇପାରିବେ। ନେକ୍ସଟ ହେଉଛି rural electrification program ନିହାତି ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ electrification ଦରକାର। So how the poor households afford the connection charges internal wiring costs ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କରେଣ୍ଟଟା କେମିତି ପହଞ୍ଚିବ ଇଲେକ୍ଟ୍ରିଫିକେସନ କେମିତି ପହଞ୍ଚିବ ସମସ୍ତେ କେମିତି ଏଇ ସୁବିଧାଟା ପାଇପାରିବେ ପ୍ଲସ୍ इंटरनल वायरिंग ପାଇଁ କଷ୍ଟ ଯୋଉଟା ସେଇଟା ଆଫୋର୍ଡ କରିପାରିବେ କନେକ୍ସନ ଚାର୍जेस ର पेमेंट करि परिबे एही प्रोग्राम रा इम्पोर्टेंस ता ऊपर दिले। What are the various welfare-oriented programs in Sri Lanka that were taken as an initiative for development, and some of these are running till date. Supplementary feeding program. Supplementary feeding program particularly meant for the women and children. Mid day meal program जोटा कि आमर भी एते चलछि जे मध्याह्न भोजन योजना जोटा कि पिला माने स्कूल जीवा पई एनकरेज करा होछि गरीब लोक खाइबा पई गुडे टाइम खाइबाटा भी अरेंज हो जाଉଛି। जनरल मिनिमम नीड्स प्रोग्राम जो जनरल मिनिमम नीड्स प्रोग्राम aims at providing people the basic needs like food shelter clothing food stamp scheme जे जो टाइम रे फूड क्राइसिस देखा जीवो सेई टाइम रे किछि जो मानकर एक्स्ट्रा फूड थिबो से माने शेयर करिवे जो मानक पाखरे कम फूड थिबो से माने सेटा अवेल करिवे फ्री हेल्थ केयर सर्विसेज सो दैट people will not be neglected from taking care of their health problems free education ପିଲାମାନେ up to some year ଆମର ଯେମିତି ଏଠି 14 years ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଶିକ୍ଷା ପ୍ରାଥମିକ ଶିକ୍ଷା ବାଧ୍ୟତାମୂଳକ ସେମିତି କିଛି ଫ୍ରି ଏଜୁକେସନ ଦେବାର ଏଇ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ नेक्स्ट सोशल सिक्योरिटी एंड पब्लिक असिस्टेंस सोशल सिक्योरिटी कहाँ को दरकार जो माने बैकवर्ड जो माने डेवलपमेंट करिया पई ताको सपोर्ट दरकार असिस्टेंस दरकार so all these are the welfare oriented programs adopted in Sri Lanka. Then we will discuss about rural development in Bangladesh. Bangladesh रे rural development केबे स्टार्ट ହେଲା आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस 1971 रे इंडिपेंडेंस ହେଲା सेबेठु बांग्लादेश रे आरंभ ହେଲା rural development program. What was the picture? It presented a picture of the extremes of poverty and underdevelopment. The problem was more and more people were poor and underdeveloped. Nearly 80% of the population lived below the poverty line. Real wages of the agricultural laborers were very low. 80% लोग below the poverty line दारिद्र्य सीमारेखा तले रहुଥିଲେ अधिका लोक एग्रीकल्चरल लेबर उपरे डिपेंड करूଥିଲେ एग्रीकल्चरल लेबर माने जो माने चाष जमी उपरे तांकर इनकम पई डिपेंड करूछनी and the food and energy intake of the rural population had declined consistently. Food and energy जोटा कि लोगों को निहाती दरकार तारो जेतिकी पॉपुलेशन सेही अनुसार लोगों को पाखरे सफिशिएंटली अवेलेबल नथिला rapid increase in population curtailed in the increase in per capita income एई सब प्रॉब्लम संगरे जदी पॉपुलेशन का इंक्रीज हो अधिका जनसंख्या बढ़ी जिवे ताने कोन हो जहां सब जेतिकी रिसोर्सेस अवेलेबल अछि तार भी प्रॉपर बेनिफिट पाइबनी कारण लोकंकर पर कैपिटा इनकम ता कमी जिवो माने करो तमे 10 जन घरे रहउछ आ 10000 अर्न करूछ तो पर कैपिटा इनकम 1000 ସେଥିରୁ ମନେକର 4 ଜଣ ଇନକମ୍ କରୁଛ 4 ଜଣ ଇନକମ୍ କରିକି 10 ଜଣ ଖର୍ଚ୍ଚ କରିବ ତାହେଲେ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରକାର ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଟା ହବ ସେଇ ଟାଇପ ର ଯଦି ପପୁଲେସନ ଅଧିକା ବଢିଲେ ଆଉ रिसोर्सेस से ताहले निहाती ଲୋକମାନେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ରେ ପଡିବେ then in Bangladesh what where the programs the first program was agrarian reforms माने agricultural sector रे reforms माने किछि चेंज केमिति होला the first set of agrarian reform measures introduced in 1970s it was aimed to reduce ceiling on land holdings from 125 acres to 33.5 acres per family. In one family रे केवल 125 acres to maximum 30 माने जोटा कि आगरू 125 एकर्स पर्यंत लोक रखी पारथिले सेटा मैक्सिमम 33.5 एकर्स पर्यंत रखी पारिबे अलगा लैंड गुडा को गवर्नमेंट को हैंड ओवर करिया को पड़िबो जोटा कि गरीब लोक को भीतर डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करा हबो किबा लोकों को पाई यूटिलाइज करा हबो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट द सरप्लस लैंड रिक्वायर्ड बाय द गवर्नमेंट टू फैमिलीज ओनिंग 1.5 एकर्स और लेस एटा कहा को दिया हबो जो फैमिली केवल एग्रीकल्चर ऊपर डिपेंडेंट होछंती किंतु से मानक पाखरे ओनली 1.5 एकर्स आसे किंबा ताठु भी कम जमी अछि से मानक डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करा हबो A second set of reform measures was introduced in 1982 based on the recommendation of Land Reform Committee which looked into the earlier measures. ଏଇଟାକୁ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ବଳବତ୍ତର କରିବା ପାଇଁ 1982 ରେ second set of reform measures introduce କରାହେଲା यार मेन एम थिला जे जोटा कि 33.5 एकर्स लोकଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ରହିବ ବୋଲି ଆଗରୁ କୁହାହେଲା ସେଟା ଆଉ ଟିକେ ରିଡ୍ୟୁस କରାହେଇକି मैक्सिमम लोकଙ୍କ पाखरे 25 एकर्स कल्टिवेबल लैंड रहबा दरकार आ जहां एक्स्ट्रा अछि सेटा गवर्नमेंट को हैंड ओवर करबा दरकार और सेही जो एक्स्ट्रा सरप्लस जोटा गवर्नमेंट को हैंड ओवर होबो सेटा गवर्नमेंट गरीब लोगों को पाई यूटिलाइज करिवे then limiting the purchase of land to 20 acres केते एकर लैंड एट ए टाइम किनी परिबो मानना 20 acres allocation of surplus land to cooperative societies of the land उन्होंने सब जहाँ पाखरे किछि भी जमी नै सेमानक पई गोटे कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी रहइबो जोटा कि लोक जो मानक पाखरे एक्स्ट्रा सरप्लस लैंड अछि सेमानक ठो आनी कि अन्य लोकଙ୍କ पई यूटिलाइज करी fixing the minimum daily wage rate at 3.26 kg of rice or an equivalent amount in cash or for agricultural laborers. जेमिति मिनिमम वेज मिनिमम मजूरीटा मिनिमम 3.26 3 केजी 20 ग्राम पर्यंत लोक पर डे जेमति राइसटा पाइबे सेही अनुसार लोकଙ୍କ पाखरे एग्रीकल्चरल लेबरर्स काम करिवे तांको पई सेही सुविधाटा अवेलेबल हबो इंटीग्रेटेड रूरल डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम बांग्लादेश रे इंटीग्रेटेड रूरल डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम केबे स्टार्ट हला इन 1959 it became Bangla ta pore pore kon hela na it became Bangladesh Academy of Rural Development integrated rural development program ro nuwa naam hela Bangladesh Academy of Rural Development considered to be a think tank and was entrusted with the task of providing improved knowledge about accelerating the rate of rural development to government लोकों पाखरे ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କର କେମିତି ଯୋଉ ଲିମିଟେଡ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ହଉଛି ସେଟା ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଥରୋଲି ଚେକ୍ କରିବ ଯେ ଅଲରାଉଣ୍ଡ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ କଣ ହେଲ୍ଥ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରିସନ ଏଜୁକେସନ ସୋସିଆଲ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଇକୋନୋମିକ ଆସ୍ପେକ୍ଟ ସବୁ ଗୁଡାକର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଯେମିତି ହେଇପାରିବ ଇଟ ୱାଜ ଦି ଇନିସିଏଟିଭ ବାଇ ଦି ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଟୁ ବାଂଲାଦେଶ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ for the integrated rural development program later it aimed at the Bangladesh Academy of Rural Development. For this, different cooperatives were there, different programs started to launch. First one is your Comila model of cooperatives. The first organized effort of the academy started mainly in the form of cooperatives at Comila Thana in 1959. कोमिला थाना थाना माने कोटे होची सेही टाइम रे जोटा गां तो एटा आरंभ हैला 1959 रे the aim was to promote the formulation of small cooperative groups of farmers who adopted improved methods implements and machines improved methods implementation machines utilize करिके जेमके तांकर डेवलपमेंट करिवे विलेज और थाना गुटे एरिया विलेज और ब्लॉक बोथ लेवल रे केमती डेवलपमेंट हे परिबो सेटा एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव यूनिट को है जेमति के विलेज आ डिस्ट्रिक्ट मझिरे जोटा रहला ताको कहला थाना आमे जेमति कहूचे ब्लॉक सेमति विलेज आ थाना बोथ डेवलपमेंट पाई ए कोमिला मॉडल ऑफ कोऑपरेटिव डेवलप होला The थाना ट्रेनिंग एंड डेवलपमेंट सेंटर लोक माने बसी थाना व ब्लॉक रो लोक माने काठी हेबे और सेमानंकु ट्रेनिंग दिया हबो फॉर देयर ओन डेवलपमेंट इट वाज स्टार्टेड इन 1964 with the prime objective of improving the management of government programs at the thana level it provided training facilities to the members of the cooperatives government officials women union council members and farmers it acted as a link between the government and other higher level financial institutions and on the other hand the village societies and other aspects taken into consideration. Gramin Bank ଆମର ଯୋଉଟା ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଗ୍ରାମୀଣ ବ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ମାଇକ୍ରୋ ଫାଇନାନ୍ସିଆଲ ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜେସନ୍ସ ୱାଇଡଲି ସ୍ପ୍ରେଡେଡ୍ ହେଇଗଲାଣି ସେଟା ସେଲ୍ଫ ହେଲ୍ପ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଆପ୍ରୋଚ୍ ଯୋଉଠୁ ଆସିଲା ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ସେଟା ଡେଭଲପ୍ ହେଇଥିଲା ବାଂଲାଦେଶରେ the Grameen Bank was started in 1983 as a public sector credit institution to supply credit to rural landless and those with holdings less than 0.5 acres ଯୋଉମାନଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ 0.5 acres ରୁ କମ ଜମି ଥିବ ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ କେମିତି କ୍ରେଡିଟ ସିଷ୍ଟମଟା ସେମାନଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ପ୍ରପରଲି ପହଞ୍ଚି ପାରିବ ଏଇ ଏମ୍ ରେ ଆରମ୍ଭ ହେଇଥିଲା ଗ୍ରାମୀଣ ବ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ଏଭ୍ରି ଗ୍ରାମୀଣ ବ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ବ୍ରାଞ୍ଚ is managed by a field manager and a group of band workers who deliver the banding services ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ଟାଇମ ଟୁ ଟାଇମ କ୍ରେଡିଟଟା ସେମାନେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଦରକାର ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ କେମିତି ପହଞ୍ଚିବ ସେଇଟା ଗୋଟେ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଦ୍ୱାରା ମ୍ୟାନେଜ କରାହେଲା ଯୋଉଠି କି ଗୋଟେ ଫିଲ୍ଡ ମ୍ୟାନେଜର ରହିଲେ and a group of band workers the the band workers help in forming a group of 5 perspectives loans and a number of groups in the same localities जो माने लोन नेबे ग्रुप फॉर्मेशन करिवे ସେମାନେ ସେଣ୍ଟରକୁ ଜଣେଇବେ ଯେ ତାଙ୍କର କଣ ପାଇଁ ଦରକାର ଟଙ୍କା the elected center chief conducts weekly meetings and recommends loan proposal ସେଟା ଗୋଟେ weekly meeting କରିକି ସେଇ proposal ଟା approve ହବ band workers see approved proposal ତାକୁ ନେଇକି କେମିତି ଲୋନ ଲୋକଙ୍କ ପାଖରେ ପହଞ୍ଚିବ ସେଟା ଦେଖିବେ the loan is to be repaid in the weekly installments ଆଉ weekly ସେମାନେ ଯୋଉ ଟଙ୍କାଟାକୁ ଗ୍ରୁପରେ ୟୁଟିଲାଇଜ କରିଥିବେ ତାର ଯାହା ପ୍ରଡକ୍ସନ ମନେକର ସ୍ଟିଚିଂ କଲେ କିମ୍ବା ଯୋଉ ଟେଲରିଂ କଲେ କିମ୍ବା ଡେରି ଫାର୍ମିଂ କଲେ କୋଅପରେଟିଭ ଫାର୍ମିଂ କଲେ କିଛି ପୋଲ୍ଟ୍ରି ଫାର୍ମିଂ କଲେ ତ ତାର ଯାହା ଗେନ୍ ହବ ଇକୋନୋମିକ ଗେନ୍ ହବ ସେଇଟାକୁ ୱିକଲି ଇନଷ୍ଟଲମେଣ୍ଟରେ ପେମେଣ୍ଟ କରାହବ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଯୋଉଟା ସେଲ୍ଫ ହେଲ୍ପ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଭାବରେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆରେ କାମ କରୁଛି ଏଇ କନସେପ୍ଟଟା ବାଂଲାଦେଶରୁ ଆସିଥିଲା so the people will the group will get emergency fund ତାଙ୍କୁ କିଛି ଦରକାର ହେଲା ତାହେଲେ emergency fund ପାଇବେ କିଛି ସେଭିଂ କରିପାରିବେ ଆଉ ଯାହା ବି ଲୋନ ନେଲେ ତାକୁ ରିପେମେଣ୍ଟ କରିପାରିବେ ଯଦି ଜଣେ ଫ୍ୟାମିଲିର ମେମ୍ବର ଆଣିଥିବ ତାର କିଛି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହେଲା କି ତାର ଡେଥ୍ ହେଇଗଲା ତାହେଲେ ଅଲଗା ଲୋକ ତାର ତାକୁ ରିଫଣ୍ଡ କରିବାର କେମିତି ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଉପାୟ ସେଟା ବ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୱାର୍କର୍ସ ସିଇଓ ସବୁ ଇନିସିଏଟିଭ ନେଲେ ସେଟା ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସେଲ୍ଫ ହେଲ୍ପ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଭାବରେ ସବୁଠି ପରିଚିତ then we will come to rural development in India what is rural development Rural development is utilization, protection and enhancement of the natural, physical and human resources. हम पाखरे जहाँ natural resources जो है प्राकृतिक संबल, मानव संबल आउ जहाँ हमको available अच्छी माने करो नदी हो, जंगल हो, किंबा किसी resources जोटा कि गाँव रे available अच्छी हमें कोठे नहीं सेटा को utilize करके केमती development करी पारे it involves provision of jobs and income opportunities अधिका लोक जो जॉब पाइबे अधिका लोक इनकम जनरेट करि परिबे ताले लोकों को डेवलपमेंट हो सो दिस इज नोन एज योर रूरल डेवलपमेंट. The rural development in India was first started in 1952 through Community Development Programme. Community total rural community development of a program to arambha. The objective of Community Development Programme was to secure total development of the material and human resources in rural areas. ଲୋକଙ୍କର ମାନବ ସମ୍ବଳ ପ୍ରାକୃତିକ ସମ୍ବଳ ଦୁଇଟା ଯାକର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ କେମିତି ହବ to develop local leadership and self governing institutions. ସେଇ ଏରିଆର ଲୋକମାନେ ଲିଡରସିପ ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ କରିବେ ନିଜେ ନିଜକୁ ଶାସନ କରିପାରିବେ ସରକାର କ'ଣ ଜାଣିପାରିବେ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ କେମିତି ଚାଲୁଛି ତାର ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମସ ପ୍ରୋଜେକ୍ଟ ୟୁଟିଲାଇଜ କରିପାରିବେ ଏଟା ରହିଲା ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଅବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ. Third, to raise the living standards of rural people. If people will uh, what, can earn more, they can live a better standard of life. To ensure a change in the mindset of people, instilling in them mission for higher standards. Ultimately, all people want to improve their standard. So, how they could change, how they could improve. This is also trained from time to time through different programs by the government. The CDP was conceived as an instrument to transform the social and economic life of the village community as a whole, religious and economic differences, and they initially covered 55 projects and extended from time to time. It included different programs for agriculture, animal husbandry, rural industries, education, housing, rural communication, etc. The main achievements of CDP were it was widely set different administrative setup. For the first time, national, state, district, block and village level रे यही administrative setup ହେଲା जोटा कि आगरू नथिला. Different machinery development ହେଲା. Administrative machinery केमती चालिबो शासन खर्चला केमती चालिबो ए सब जिंस स्टार्टिंग ହେଲା after community development program. Development was considered to be people centered. लोकों द्वारा लोकों केमती हबो ता ऊपर अधिका इंपोर्टेंस दियाला. Due recognition was given to the importance of planning and interdisciplinary approach to development. Proper planning केमती हबो सबु डिपार्टमेंट रो सबु सेक्टर रो केमती डेवलपमेंट हबो ता पई interdisciplinary approaches plan कराला. Recognition was also given to recruitment and trained personnel. लोको शिखिबे शिखेइबे ट्रेनिंग केमिति देबे अन्य मानको आ निजे भी केमिति रिक्रूट करने ता ऊपर इंपोर्टेंस दियाला. It introduced modern technologies in agriculture like use of seeds for high yielding varieties of seeds, fertilizers, pesticides. It's effective improved technologies in agriculture. It resulted in the establishment of institutions like agricultural credit societies, cooperative societies, primary schools, hospitals, maternity and child welfare centers. Development. What were the limitations? Problems कोठी रहता. It could not bring any significant change in the living standard of marginal farmers and agricultural laborers. इतना change तो लोगों को कहीं आनी लग, but जो माने बहुत क्षुद्र चाषी किंबा अन्य जमीन चाष करथले स्मॉल फार्मर्स में एते इफेक्टिव हेलानी. सेल्फ रिलायंस ऑफ पीपल्स पार्टिसिपेशन जोटा इंपोर्टेंट थिला सेटा भी अचीव हे पालानी. The program failed to bring about change in people's ideas, attitudes and outlook, with the majority of people having no understanding of social education. जेहेतु लोक माने जानि पारु नथले प्रॉपर्ली अवेयर हो नथले प्रोग्राम गुडा का विषय बुझी पारु नथले एतारो किछि इफेक्टिव रिजल्ट एते ही पालानी. Efforts to promote rural industries cooperatives did not take up. जो वेरे प्लान हेतिला से वेरे इफेक्टिव हे पारिलानी. Administrative weaknesses like bureaucratic red tape, problems of coordination, जोटा कि फाइल बंधा है कि मासा मासा रहिला proper coordination ही पालानी, interdepartmental cooperation रहिलानी, clear cut transparent responsibility ରହିଲାନି ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଏତେ effective जो वे रे आशा करा जाउଥିଲା ସେତେ effective ହେଇ पालानी. The plan outlay for this program was spread very thinly over a wide range of projects, but failed up to some extent due to this program. Then the second phase started. During the second 5-year plan, it started green revolution phase. Green revolution कौन? सबुज विप्लव. सबुज विप्लव माने कौन? सबुज माने it is related to agriculture. Agriculture रो wider development केमती हबो? ना जेतबेले टेक्नोलॉजी को आमे लैंड पानिला. Unit of land will not necessarily the cost per unit of output. जेतिकी अल्प जमी रे अल्प प्रोडक्शन जो होची ताको जदि अधिका करि परिबा ताहले निहाती डेवलपमेंट हबो. It was the main objective of this green revolution phase. So high yielding varieties of seeds, fertilizers, pesticides. उन्नत धरणर बिहन सार आउ उन्नत किस्मर विभिन्न जंत्रपाति यूटिलाइज करके केमती एग्रीकल्चर डेवलपमेंट हम सोइंग बुणीबाठू आरंभ करके अमल करने पर्यंत प्रॉपर एडवांस्ड एग्रीकल्चरल टेक्नोलॉजीज यूज करके अल्प जमी रे अधिक प्रोडक्शन केमती हे परिबो ए ग्रीन रिवोल्यूशन रो एम फैक्टर्स कौन थिला जोटा कि इफेक्ट कला हाई प्राइसेस ऑफ सर्टेन इनपुट्स जोटा कि लोको करिबो किंतु एते ट्रैक्टर जोटा एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी की हाई यील्डिंग वैरायटीज ऑफ सीड्स फर्टिलाइजर्स यूज करि पालेनी. Excessive use of certain inputs having low user charges, water, electricity, जोटा pumping, irrigation facilities ପାଇଁ ମିଳିଥିଲା ସେଗୁଡା ପ୍ରପର ୟୁଟିଲାଇଜ କରି ପାରିଲେନି. କେତେ ପରିମାଣରେ କେମିକାଲ ଇନସେକ୍ଟିସାଇଡ୍ସ ଯୋଉଟା କି କୀଟନାଶକ ମେଡିସିନ ୟୁଜ କରିବାର ଥିଲା ସେଟା ଲୋକଙ୍କ ନଲେଜ ନଥିଲା ବୋଲି ସେଟା ବି ଫେଲର ହେଲା. ଆଉ ଇକୋଲୋଜିକାଲ ଇମ୍ବାଲାନ୍ସେସ୍ କେତିକି ୟୁଜ କଲେ एनवायरनमेंट ଉପରେ କିଛି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହବନି ସେଟା ଲୋକ ପ୍ରପର ଜାଣି ପାରିଲେନି ସେଟା ବି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହେଲା. What are the special programs for development for area development and poor farmers? ଆମର इंडिया रे कोन कोन स्पेशल प्रोग्राम्स पुअर मानक ପାଇଁ ଆଉ ଅଲଗା स्पेशल एरिया डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम ପାଇଁ ହେଲା. ड्रॉट प्रोन एरिया प्रोग्राम जोटा कि मरुडीग्रस्त अंचल जोठी पानी रो सफिशिएंसी नाही सेही एरिया रो डेवलपमेंट ପାଇଁ 1973-74 रे फर्स्ट स्टार्ट होला जो कि क्रॉप प्रोडक्शन लाइवस्टॉक एंड लैंड प्रोडक्टिविटी ପାଇଁ अधिक इंपोर्टेंस दिया होला. रिजर्व डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम जोठी पानी रो बहुत स्कार्सिटी रहउची सेते केंति डेवलपमेंट हो इंटीग्रेटेड वेस्टलैंड डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम जो जोटा कि पड़िया पड़ी की जमी रहुथिला ताको केंति डेवलपमेंट हो 1989 to 90 रे सेटा आरंभ होला. टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलपमेंट एंड एक्सटेंशन एजुकेशन एंड ट्रेनिंग को अप्लाई करके को प्रकार डेवलपमेंट करि परिबा एटा ए स्पेशल प्रोग्राम रो एम. मेजर वीकनेसेस कोन थिला ए सब डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम फेल हेबारे इन इंडिया. लैक ऑफ पीपल्स पार्टिसिपेशन, अनफैमिलियरिटी ऑफ फील्ड स्टाफ लोग जानि पारु नथिले केमति पार्टिसिपेट करिवे, लिमिटेड टाइम फॉर प्रिपरेटरी एक्टिविटीज, लैक ऑफ ट्रांसपेरेंट क्राइटेरिया लोग कोन करिवे केमति करिवे सेटा ट्रांसपेरेंट वे रे तांको ट्रेनिंग दिया ही पारलानी. हायर लेवल रो लोअर लेवल विलेज लेवल पर्यंत प्रॉपर लिंक ही पारलानी. को एरिया रे प्रॉपर वाटर सेट करले सब जमी को कनेक्शन हबो सेटा भी करि पारलेनी. और कॉस्ट न जेते लोक माने अधिका पुअर. डायरेक्ट अटैक ऑन पॉवर्टी ପାଇଁ कोन कोन हेतला स्मॉल फार्म आईआरडीपी इंटीग्रेटेड रूरल डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम आरंभ हैना जोटा रे कि स्मॉल फार्मर्स डेवलपमेंट एजेंसी, मार्जिनल फार्मर्स एंड लैंडलेस लेबरर्स डेवलपमेंट एजेंसी, ट्रेनिंग फॉर यूथ एंड training for youth, mass for self employment program ए सब रो आरंभ होला जोटा कि लोकमरो पॉवर्टी एलिवेशन करिवारे किछि किछि हेल्प करि पारि. And on some of these programs are continued till date. But Some limitations are there with it, like technological and institutional capabilities and people illiteracy and lack of people's participation. So this is all. This was all about your this session. Please, this is now open to you. Please ask any doubt, any question regarding the total discussion. Hello. Hello. Now it is open to all students. Please ask if you have any doubt.
No doubt, ma'am.
କିଛି ବୁଝିଲ ଆଜିର ଟପିକଟା ଟିକେ ବୋରିଂ ଯୋଉଟା କି ଅଲଗା ସବୁ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରିଜର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ଆସ୍ପେକ୍ଟ ଉପରେ ଥିଲା ମାନେ ଏଟାକୁ ପଢ ଯୋଉଠି ବି ଯୋଉ ପଏଣ୍ଟ ବି ବୁଝୁନି ତାକୁ ନୋଟ କର ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସରେ ବି ମତେ ପଚାରି ପାରିବ ଯାହା ପଢେଇଲି ବୁଝିଲ ନା କିଛି ଡାଉଟ ଅଛି ମୁଁ ତାକୁ ମେନ୍ ପଏଣ୍ଟସ ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ପଏଣ୍ଟସ ନୋଟ କରିକି ପଢେଇଥିଲି ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ଯାହା ପଢା ହେଲା
ହଁ ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ ବୁଝିପାରିଲି
ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ଥ୍ୟାଙ୍କ ୟୁ ଆଉ କାହାର କିଛି ଡାଉଟ ଅଛି ପଚାର ଏଇ ରିଲେଟେଡ ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ ଦେଖିଛ ଏଇ ପେପର ଏଇ ବ୍ଲକର ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ ଦେଖିଛ
ନା ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ ଦେଖିନି
ଦେଖିନ ଯଦି ଦେଖ ଯଦି କିଛି ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଅଛି କିଛି ବୁଝିପାରୁନ ତାହେଲେ ସେଟା ବି ମତେ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ କରିପାରିବ
ଠିକ ଅଛି
ଆଉ କିଛି ସଜେସନ୍ସ ଫର୍ଦର ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସରେ ଆଉ କିଛି ଇମ୍ପ୍ରୁଭମେଣ୍ଟ ଚାହୁଁଛ କି ତମ ବୁଝି ନ ପାରିଲା ଭଳିଆ କିଛି ଯଦି ଅଛି ମୁଁ ତାକୁ ରେକ୍ଟିଫାଇ କରିବି ଆଜି ତ ମୋଷ୍ଟଲି ପ୍ରାୟ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ବି ବୁଝେଇଛି ଠିକରେ ବୁଝି ହଉଛି
ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଏଇ ପିପିଟି ଟା ଗ୍ରୁପ ରେ ପଠେଇଦେବେ
ହଁ ସିଓର ପଠେଇଦେବି ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଟାଇମ ତମମାନଙ୍କ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟେସନ ଟା ଦେଖା ଯାଇ ପାରିଲାନି ମୁଁ ସେୟାର କରିଥିଲି ବୋଲି ଭାବିଲି କିନ୍ତୁ ସେୟାର ହେଇ ପାରିନଥିଲା ଆଜି ଦେଖିଛ ସମସ୍ତେ ମୁଁ ପଠେଇଦେବି
ଆଜ୍ଞା ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଆଉ କିଛି ଚାହୁଁଛ ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସରେ ଫର୍ଦର କିଛି ଆଡିସନ କିମ୍ବା କିଛି ରେକ୍ଟିଫିକେସନ ଚାହୁଁଛ ଏଟା ଆମ ପାଇଁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ନୂଆ ଏକ୍ସପିରିଏନ୍ସ ଯୋଉଟା ଫ୍ରଣ୍ଟ ଟୁ ଫ୍ରଣ୍ଟ ଟିଚିଂ ଦିଆ ହଉଥିଲା ଏଟା ସମଥିଙ୍ଗ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ସୋ feel free to ask anything or share
ମ୍ୟାମ୍
anything ହଁ କହ
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଇଣ୍ଟରନ୍ୟାସନାଲ ଡିଫେନ୍ସ ଥିଓରି ଟିକେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲେନ କରିବେ
international dependence theory
ଆଜ୍ଞା ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ଆମେ ନ୍ୟାସନାଲ ଗୋଟେ ଦେଶରୁ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ଦେଶ ଆମର ଡିପେଣ୍ଡେନ୍ସ ରହୁଛି ନା ନାଇଁ ଆମେ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଯେମିତି ଭିଲେଜ ଟୁ ଭିଲେଜ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛେ ଅର୍ବାନ ଟୁ ରୁରାଲ ଏରିଆସ ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛେ ଆମେ ଅର୍ବାନ ପିପଲ ରୁରାଲ ପିପଲ ମାନଙ୍କ ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛେ ରୁରାଲ ପିପଲ ଅର୍ବାନ ପିପଲ ମାନଙ୍କ ଉପରେ ବି ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ସେମିତି
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ନେସନ ଟୁ ନେସନ ବି ଗୋଟେ ନେସନ ଅନ୍ୟ ନେସନ ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛି ଫର ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଆମର ଏବେ ରିସେଣ୍ଟ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଆମେ ନେଇପାରିବା ଯେମିତି କୋଭିଡ-19 ପରେ ଅନ୍ୟ ଦେଶ ହାଇଡ୍ରୋକ୍ଲୋରୋକ୍ୱିନ ପାଇଁ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ଉପରେ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ତ
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଏଇ ଇଣ୍ଟରଡିପେଣ୍ଡେନ୍ସ ଯେତେବେଳେ ହବ ସବୁ ଦେଶ ଠିକରେ ଡେଭଲପ କରିପାରିବେ ଏଇଟା ଆମର ରୁରାଲ ଏରିଆସ ର ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ପାଇଁ ବି ଆପ୍ଲାଏ କରିପାରିଲେ ସବୁ ରୁରାଲ ଏରିଆସ ଆଉ ଅର୍ବାନ ଏରିଆସ ର ସାଇମଲଟେନିୟସଲି ଡେଭଲପମେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇପାରିବ ଏଟା ହଉଛି ମେନ୍ ଅବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ ଏଇ ଥିଓରିର କ୍ଲିୟର
କ୍ଲିୟର ମ୍ୟାମ୍
ଆଉ କିଛି ନେକ୍ସଟ କ୍ଲାସ ରୁ ଫର୍ଦର ଟିକେ ଓଭରଲୁକ୍ କରିଦବ ଟିକେ ମାନେ ଜଷ୍ଟ ଟେକ୍ ଏ ଲୁକ୍ ଅନ୍ ଡିଫରେଣ୍ଟ ଆସ୍ପେକ୍ଟସ ଅଫ ଦି ବ୍ଲକ ମୋର ହଉ କିମ୍ବା ଅନ୍ୟ ସାର୍ ମାନେ ଯୋଉ ପଢଉଛନ୍ତି କ୍ଲାସ ଆଟେଣ୍ଡ କରିବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଟିକେ ଦେଖିନିଅ ଯୋଉଠି ବି କଷ୍ଟ ହଉଛି ଆମ ମାନଙ୍କୁ ପଚାରିଦେଲେ ତମେ ମାନେ ବି ଡାଉଟ କ୍ଲିୟର ହେଇଯିବ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ସାଙ୍ଗେ ଆଉ ପଢେଇଲା ବେଳେ ବି ଟିକେ ନୋଟ କରୁଥାଅ ଯୋଉଠି ବି ଟିକେ ଡିଫିକଲ୍ଟ ଆସୁଛି କି ବୁଝିପାରୁନ ସେଟା ନୋଟ କରିଦବ ପଚାର असाइनमेंट ପାଇଁ ବି ଯାହା ଯଦି କିଛି ଡାଉट ଅଛି ପଚାରିବେ। ଆଉ କାହାର କିଛି ଡାଉଟ? We are there for you to help you every.
So no more question. Hello. Hello.
ଆଉ କାହାର କିଛି क्वेश्चन ଅଛି ସାର୍ ପଚାରୁଛନ୍ତି आंसर ଦିଅ।
Hello. Okay, now then we will wind the session.
Okay sir. Thank you very much
Okay.
sir. Have a nice
Thank you.
time
Gopala.
and all the learners stay safe, stay happy and learn from home. Thank you. We will
Thank
meet
you,
in
madam.
next
Thank you,
class.
ma'am.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.
अरे मम्मा क्लास से
ब-
फोन
बंद कर दे।
कहीं की
चल ले।
चल नहीं
तो बंद कर कुछ बरा।
मीटिंग चल रहा रागी कौन ना ठीक रे कौन
बंद कर। चल ले।